Oh yeah, we got some Christmas music going. Welcome to the show. It's time for me to do a show. And I'm moving things around and making lots of noise on purpose to wake you all up, because it's a little early. What time is it anyway? It is 9:05 a.m. Central Time here in the United States. Wherever you may be, it is most likely 05. I know there are those strange, well, I say strange, but it's normal for them. But certain time zones, they go on the half hour. Like, whereas it's like 9:30 or 9:05 here, it could be like 3:35 somewhere else. There's not very many of them. There's only like 2, I think. But there are those time zones that go on the half hour. But we're not here to talk about time zones. No, not at all. We're here to talk about games and Duel Links and stuff like that. And I found some information on. I actually watch a couple of streams myself. Usually, not the streams you see every day, not like the Duel Links streams, but I usually like to watch streams about history, which sounds kind of stupid to some of y'all. I also like to watch streams about tech and all that kinds of stuff. And on the tech stream that I saw last night, they had mentioned something that I thought was pretty interesting, and while not necessarily about Duel Links, I still thought it was interesting enough to at least bring up as a topic of discussion. We can talk about it, see what you guys think. Now, I'm not surprised, really, because of where this situation is kind of coming from. In fact, there is a post about it. We need to move to China. It's funny that you mentioned China. I guess it says that in the title line there. But here we go. This is a post from Reddit. In fact, let me go ahead and bring it up here for y'all so y'all can take a look. Let me get rid of some of this other stuff so it looks a little cleaner. Get rid of chat because nobody reads that anyway. There we go. Well, this is good enough. There we go. All right. So here it is. China's ethics board reviews 20 popular online games, bans 9 of them, and requires changes to 11 of them. Now, this is by this is over on Reddit, as you can see. This is the person who posted it. Oh, let me see if I can highlight his name again. There's his name, ZeroWolf547. So all credit to him. And let's see. There have been a couple of edits here. So let's go to the main point right here. In December, China established an online gaming ethics review committee to examine a first batch of 20 games that were assessed to certain ethics, quote-unquote, ethics risks, with the publishers of 11 games instructed to make changes and remove ethically questionable content, and 9 games to be either pulled from the market or prohibited from sale. Recently, the list of games and the content of their review was revealed by users on NGA, a Chinese gaming forum. I've translated the list here with titles everyone would be familiar with highlighted, and some of these are quite interesting. Arena of Valor, if I'm not mistaken, that is a mobile game. Anything you see by NetEase or Tencent, those are mobile game producers. So they are most likely going to be. Yeah. But let's see. Arena of Valor, corrective action recommended. Overly revealing female characters. Rewards given based on rank. Okay, I don't see... Well, it's China. What do we expect? It's China. Rewards given yeah, God forbid that I have a higher rank, therefore I have worked harder in the game. God forbid I get better rewards than somebody who started yesterday. Distorted concepts of history and culture. That is interesting. The thing is, I mean, how exactly would one define distorted concepts of history and culture? I mean, let's be real honest. Not every game out there is going to portray history exactly as it happened. I mean, look at Battlefield 5. You know, so was it taking place in World War II, was it? And There are women on the battlefield. There's all kinds of weird stuff going on there. Obviously, it is a reimagining of sorts. So that, I mean, yeah, whatever. Anyways, a bigger title that I'm sure some of you guys have played, League of Legends by Riot. Overly revealing female characters, rewards given based on rank, inharmonious chat room. So essentially, just in case you aren't exactly sure what that means, well, the overly revealing female characters, that's obvious. You know, the women that have, you know, like the high level armor, but it barely covers their breasts, that sort of stuff. That kind of makes sense, I guess, for some. Again, the rewards given based on rank, that sounds stupid. Inharmonious chat room. There have been instances in chat rooms for games that are released in China. Because again, China, they're real hardcore when it comes to censorship. And I think what's happening here is the chat rooms are becoming places where political discussions can take place. And China doesn't like that. They do not like it at all. At all. They hate it. You know, it's part of their censorship thing. It's part of them masking their own history, really. Their most recent history, to be quite honest. But yeah, they want to. I guess what they're basically telling Riot Games is that, look, if you want to continue to have your game available to people here, which they definitely do, because League of Legends is massive over there, it's basically telling them, as far as the inharmonious chat room goes, you've got to censor some words and phrases. And I can tell you right now, League of Legends, they're probably going to do it. And I can't really say I blame them from a business perspective, because again, that's their biggest, you know, that's their biggest market. And to immediately pull out of China, oh gosh, can you imagine the money they'd lose? Anyway, Blade and Soul. I tried Blade and Soul a long time ago, and I couldn't really get into it. But yeah, I can definitely agree. The overly revealing characters, yeah. they they definitely reveal their female characters there. And inharmonious chat room. Again, same thing. Censorship. Chu Ling Zhang, I don't know what that game is. Overwatch Blizzard. Interesting. This is interesting. Game visuals promote incorrect values. I'm not exactly sure what they mean by that. Let's tell you what, just to kind of hopefully make things a little more clear, let's read these two edits. First, this is the first one. Edit 1, Zespy Baby has brought to my attention that Blizzard purportedly posted an announcement on their official Weibo, China's version of Twitter, account denying that they've received notice for action needed on their games. However, this has since been deleted. Now, there could be reasons for this, for example, not wanting to draw attention to rumors or even miscommunication between social media staff. The latter happened when JD and Huawei released official statements calling news of their exec's arrest and America and Canada fake news. Ooh, that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other can of worms that I'm not going to open right now. Back to the edit. Furthermore, the Chinese community has since been somewhat divided, with some accepting the list as believable and others saying it's probably fake since anyone can make this in Excel, which is quite true. That's certainly true, and the nature of rumors over censorship in China means it's unlikely there will be a firm answer either way. I'd agree it's the role of the original poster to substantiate their allegations, but since this topic is itself currently subject to censorship, that's now impossible regardless of whether they have more information or not. Okay. Edit number 2. The two biggest names on this list have apparently been confirmed. PUBG and League of Legends. Confirmed. Okay. As reported by tech publication IT Home in Chinese, a local news station, when reporting on the committee, mentioned PUBG and LOL as examples of games cited. The former is due to firearm violence, because you should not light your arms on fire. The latter because of what can be loosely translated to collective mob violence, quote unquote. Even though the reasons differ compared to the supposed leak, it's still pretty big news. So there you go. PUBG is confirmed to have been banned. and League of Legends apparently as well, even though it's listed here as corrective action. But let's keep moving through the list. Overwatch Blizzard again, Inharmonious Chat Room, we know what that's about. Game visuals promote incorrect values. I'm not exactly sure what they mean by that. I was hoping that the edit would have shed some light on that, but it doesn't. I really don't know. Incorrect values? I mean, I sincerely don't know what that really means. I have ideas of what it could mean, but I simply don't know. Diablo Blizzard. Inharmonious Chat. Game missions include fraud. So in other words, within the game, again, this is within the game itself, some of the missions you basically have to lie and cheat and steal. But it's Diablo, man. I mean, that's the game. World of Warcraft, a big one because I play that. Well, at least big for me. But overall, it is a big game. Overly revealing female characters, one could argue that. And then, of course, Inharmonious Chat Room, again, censorship stuff. Westward Journey, never really heard of them. Code Ava, never heard of them. Legend of Mir 3. Swords of Legends, that rings a bell. But apparently these are the ones that are prohibited. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Blood and Gore, prohibited withdrawn, basically means they've been banned. Fortnite, Blood and Gore, vulgar content. It's Fortnite. They have tiny bits of blood in Fortnite, from what I remember. Again, some of you all know I tried the game, even streamed it. I was terrible at it. I don't know, man. That game seems pretty tame. I mean, yeah, you go around shooting each other, but to me it feels more like a glorified version of paintball than anything. Vulgar content. I sincerely don't know. Like I said, I've played Fortnite once, and that was it. So I can't think. Do you all play Fortnite? I know most of you all don't, but Callum, I know. I mean, I haven't really asked Callum. Callum, do you play Fortnite or Shiny? Do you play? I don't. I really don't know what the deal is there. Vulgar content, maybe the dancing. I don't know. H1Z1 Daybreak, Blood and Gore, very much so. It's a zombie game, and vulgar content. Again, that's probably going back to the fact that you're fighting zombies. Callum says he tried it and hated it, so he probably doesn't really know. Alliance of Valiant Arms, Blood and Gore, vulgar content. Ring of Elysium, Paladins, Free Fire Battlegrounds, Knives Out, Quantum Matrix, yeah, NetEase. These are pretty much mobile games. But yeah, according to reports, this is what the deal is. Yeah. Fortnite banned, H1Z1. I'm not surprised. Like I said, I'm not surprised at this one. If anybody knows what this game, it's a zombie game. It's an online zombie survival game. So there is a lot of blood and gore and stuff in there. But yeah, these are the two big ones, PUBG and Fortnite. I imagine that, I don't know about PUBG, but I imagine that Fortnite would probably, they would probably try to tune the game for China. Because I know in old posts that I read years ago, World of Warcraft does the same thing, actually. In certain Asian markets, China being the big one, they do actually go in and make slight changes here and there to some of the art that they use, simply to not, piss off censors over there. Like one big thing apparently that they do for China's market is, if you've ever played World of Warcraft, they use skulls and stuff quite a bit, like depictions of death, and that's a big no-no in China. So because World of Warcraft is actually really big in China, they've got several million subscribers there. They make it a whole different build. Well, not completely different, but they make a very different build for the Chinese market so that they can remove all the excessive blood and the skulls and that sort of stuff. So I imagine them going back and patching up stuff like the overly revealing female character stuff. It's basically just armor. I'm sure they're gonna change that up, and that's not a big deal. As far as the chat rooms, I don't know if they'll if they'll do that. I really don't know. Let's see. Overwatch doesn't use blood. No, they don't. Overwatch does not use blood. So, but they didn't mention anything about blood. See? Yeah. Game visuals promote incorrect values. That's the big question that I had. I don't know what they mean by that. Because one could say values is like family values, or another could be the technical term of values of, oh, well, it doesn't give you the correct amount of damage or something like that. That's what I mean by technical value. So I'm not really sure what they mean there. Again, this is a translation. So, and you know, when you go from one language to another, it doesn't always, I mean, you generally get the gist of what's going on, but it's not always word for word correct. Let's see, let me catch up on the chat real quick. Got one win on first game, but met tons of pros, so I just quit. Trent's like, I'm not playing that game no more. Let's see. Primal says I was in Discord VC, and me and my friends just roasted Fortnite. Why Paladins and no over? I mean, I imagine you know what Paladins is. I've never heard of this game, Moni. I don't know what this is. Overly revealing character clothing, blood and gore, and vulgar content is what they're saying here. But that's probably why it is. That's probably why they're letting Overwatch off with a warning for corrective action, because this is probably much easier to do than the blood and gore. Because blood and gore, for some games, it's so part of the game that it's much harder. Imagine this. Imagine playing like you guys have seen me stream Fallout 4, and sometimes the corpses just blow up into chunks of meat, basically with blood spewing. That would never pass in China. Never. So yeah, imagine trying to change that. I mean, it's possible, obviously, but it would take a little bit of work. I mean, because you'd have to disable certain things. You'd have to change the color of the blood, that sort of stuff, yeah. Callum says Paladins is a dumbed down version of OW basic rip. What is OW? Overwatch? Oh, okay. That's what you mean. Okay. Let's see. Overwatch has overly revealing female characters. Well, I don't think, as far as Overwatch goes, I don't think the females are overly exposed, but they definitely don't hide their curves. So maybe that's what they mean. Maybe they can wear skin-tight clothing, but as long as certain regions are covered. Maybe that's what they're going for. Hey, Mujim. We're talking about bans in China right now. But yeah, some of these I'm not familiar with. Some of them I am. I don't know, man. I mean, Fortnite and Epic Games, I think I've talked about this on another show. They're making a real push to try and become the next Steam, basically. And to do that, you obviously want to have as broad a reach as possible. So if this post turns out to be true, which it looks pretty true, actually, it's very believable, I'll at least say that. I think that Epic Games would actually make the adjustments. I mean, heck, because the big thing that I've read is that, especially smaller companies that operate here in the States and in Europe, that they want to be in the Chinese market, but because China has such constraints on the types of games that they can release, they've just ignored the Chinese market completely, because essentially what you would have to do in some cases is kind of like what Blizzard does with World of Warcraft, how you have two different builds of the same game. So I would say 99% of the game is the same, but in order to make that separate build, that still costs money. It costs man hours. And then of course you got to, have your artists and whatnot and coders go in there and make the changes that need to be made. And they themselves have to maintain that additional build of the game also and keep updating it and making sure that it's in compliance and all that. Smaller companies can't handle that. Like there are some really nice, mobile games that are kind of fun, but a lot of those games are from studios with 5 employees. So if any of them are on this list, I just imagine they'd sooner pull out of China, or unless it meant them going under. Who knows? Here, I'll read this for y'all. Some additional info. It's not entirely clear if the recommended actions have actually been enforced by regulators. Last I heard, PUBG and Fortnite, for example, are still playable. All the titles slated for withdrawal are Battle Royale games, which seems to suggest either regulators really want to crack down on the genre or their popularity is making them targets. Tencent and NetEase, which I mentioned earlier, are the two biggest gaming companies in China, with the former the biggest in the world. Ew. They partner with and manage the servers of pretty much every foreign online game that enters the Chinese market. NetEase does all of Blizzard's titles, for example, and Tencent now owns League of Legends entirely. Here we go. He may go through... Oh, it looks like he's trying to explain what's going on here. As far as the reasons, remember I was like, I'm not really sure what this reason means? Here, it looks like he breaks it down for us. Despite the lack of religious influences, traditional Chinese culture is very puritanical. Interesting. For example, creation, distribution, and possession of pornography are all illegal. Recently, the government approved financial awards for whistleblowing on... So if you rat somebody out for including adult content, they actually give you money. That's funny. And TV shows in the past have been pulled over female characters showing too much cleavage. Lately, Xi Jinping administration has been reviving stricter moral control. I'm curious now how Overwatch wasn't given this charge too, considering Widowmaker's design. That's actually very true. That's what I was saying. I'm guessing the whole reward by rank is a problem because it suggests class division, rather than purely rewarding based on merit. Communist ideology pops up in places even if the country isn't exactly on that path anymore. Okay, that makes a little more sense. So they don't want to make it seem as if there was any sort of division. Correct conceptions of history have been renewed attention. I've seen renewed attention recently as well. Nominally, it's supposed to mean Marxist historical materialisms, but in colloquial use. It can refer to misrepresentation of history as well. It's a little small for me, so I can't. I'm having a little hard time reading this. I should probably make it bigger. There we go. Oh boy, that's really big. Okay. Well, hopefully you all can read it better too. Let's see. Where was I? Official Communist Party version of Chinese history is written into Chinese law as part of the PRC's constitution. Fantastical depictions of historical figures can be problematic, as is time travel, and unflattering depictions of revolutionary leaders is downright illegal. Time travel? Inharmonious chat refers to the perceived lack of effort by publishers to combat toxicity, vulgarity, and politically sensitive speech in chats. In China, usually games implement lists of censored phrases that are constantly updated to adhere to this requirement, and they are usually very aggressive and would much rather overdo it than let anything slip. I'm not sure what game visually promotes incorrect values to refer to. Yeah, I can't really think of anything unique to Overwatch that goes into that direction. And that's it. That's his English audience. So, yeah, that pretty much does... Oh, I'm going too big now. Shrink! Thank you. No! Stop shrinking! Will you go back to the... to do this manually. There! Even that's a little smaller than I like it. But anyways... Ammonia. So I'm assuming Call of Duty is banned as well. Probably. I don't imagine they make a lot of sales there. Let's see. Primal says Overwatch is just a big game and had many championships held there. I even went to one and got third place, and it would be bad to champs in China that they have to learn a new game. Yeah, as far as Overwatch goes, like I said, I think Blizzard's going to kneel here, simply because it is such a massive market, and Overwatch is, especially in certain Asian countries, Overwatch is massive. Like, it's kind of like StarCraft over in South Korea. They have professional StarCraft players there. I mean, that's less amazing to hear nowadays, but they have a huge league there. And StarCraft is massive. I imagine it's sort of similar for certain other games like Overwatch and your Rocket Leagues, League of Legends, games like that. Let me see. Overwatch doesn't promote teamwork, just online bullying and calling people out and yelling. I've actually never run into that. I can honestly say, and I've logged a few hours in Overwatch. I've played at least 20 hours, at least, probably more. It's not a game that I play all that often, but I've played it a fair number of hours, and I've actually maybe one time I ran into somebody who was kind of a jerk, but yeah, beyond that, I don't know. Maybe I just got lucky. It's quite possible. But yeah, so for all you Fortnite players, of which there are none, that generally watch my show, yeah, man, it might just be going away at some point. But again, this is, they say this is a leak. It's speculation. So, Bluscobar says he's playing Fortnite right now. Okay, everybody send him mean emails. Are you a Torb main? No, actually I'm not. I guess if I have a main in Overwatch, it'd probably be Mercy. Seriously, I'm that one person that plays the healer that never gets thanked for keeping people alive or rezzing them. Yeah, and when somebody else grabs Mercy before I do, I generally go for, oh, what's her name? Oh, see, I play her so little that I don't even remember her name. Tracer. There you go, Tracer. Yeah, I play. Seriously, if you go back and you look at, they're still on the channel. They're several months ago. But yeah, I streamed Overwatch for a little bit. It's mostly me just getting frustrated at people for doing stupid things. Occasionally we'd get some wins in there, but yes, the primary person I play on Overwatch is Mercy. I did try a couple of others, like who did I try? Who's that Western guy that used the 6-shooter with the cigar and the cowboy hat? It's high noon. Yeah, that guy. I played him a couple of times, and I was absolutely horrible at him. I did play what's her name a few times, but I didn't really like her. The purple girl, her. See, now that we're talking about, yeah, McCree, that's him. Now that we're talking about it, I can't remember any of their names. That shows you how often I play it. I haven't played it in a while, actually. It's been some time. Yeah, it has definitely been some time since I've played. Let me get this off the screen here. Get our chat back up there. Let's see. Get that going. All right. No, not Diva. Not Diva. I did try Diva once when I first got the game, but again, I'm not very good with her. I've only ever done really, really well with Mercy. Even when my team is just terrible and I end up having to switch to her tiny little pistol to try and kill people, I've actually been able to do that. I mean, if you get killed by Mercy, I mean, that's kind of an insult, but it happens. So yeah, anytime I get a kill when I'm using Mercy, I'm like, yeah! What floor am I on? I'm on the 2nd floor. Oh, you mean in the game? Nah, I'm kidding, I know what you mean. Like floor 9? I was messing around with it yesterday. Was it yesterday or last? I can't remember exactly when, but the game kept dying on me. In fact, we were making jokes about it in Discord. The game kept dying. It would just, it went down for a little bit, for like about 10 minutes. Started playing again, it worked okay, and then it went down again. So, yeah. I wasn't really pushing. I just wanted to get the gems really quickly. But yeah, I haven't really worked on it yet. Let me turn my sound on here. I know you guys love music. There we go. So, it is Saturday, and we've talked for a whole half hour about China and how they're going to be banning stuff. So, I guess, are we doing dual room today? What are we doing, man? I guess dual room. Here, I'll open it up in case you all want to join. It's not like there's very many of us, participating in the show right now anyway. Let's see. Callum says I've gone down from a tank main to a DPS to a healer. I never played a tank. I think I played the monkey once. And then the first time I died, I immediately switched back to Mercy. But yeah, even in World of Warcraft, like in a lot of games, I tend to be the healer. One, because nobody else wants to do it. And two, because if anybody else is doing it, they're usually not very good. And so I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to have to be the healer then. And so that's kind of how it's gone. In most games, if there's a dynamic like that, where there is a tank and DPS and healer, I generally end up being the healer. Simply because if I'm the healer, I know it will get done right. Whereas with others, what rank am I on Overwatch? I'm not that high. I'm like 18 maybe. Yeah, I like I said, I haven't put a ton of hours into it. But I've seen other people that they're like rank 115, 100 and something, whatever. And then there are those other people who buy a second account simply because they want to face all of us people that are lower ranked, which is unfair. And some people would even admit it. Like they'd come in and their current rank, it would say like they're like rank 5 or 6 or something. And they're like, oh yeah, my main account's like a rank 150, but I just want to come and screw with you newbies. I'm like, that's not fair, man. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to be mean to people? I'm rank 18 in Overwatch, and that's probably where it's going to stay for a while. Although they did have that new update with the 2 new characters. Oh yeah, I was going to post this in chat. I'm like, what am I doing here? Okay, here we go. But if you're asking for rank in Duel Links, I'm still Platinum 1. But I think my next one will take me to Platinum 2. Not that I'm really not even caring this season. Like this month, as far as ranked duels go, I just don't care. And like I said the other day, I've been pretty much just spinning my wheels. You can't see it here, but all the 11 victories that I've gotten have been a wash. Basically, I'll win one, then I'll lose one. I'll win one, then I'll lose one. I'll win, lose one, and it just goes on like that. I think the last couple of wins I've gotten actually have been in a row, back to back, and that's the first time in a long time that I've actually gotten back-to-back wins. So that's why I think it's telling me now, oh, if you get this 3rd win, you'll rank up. I really don't care, though. The one thing I do care about, though, is this. It's here. It's back. 1.5x campaign. So if you're going to level something up, man, next paycheck, I guess I'll buy Cosmic to climb because I can't use anything else to climb. Why? What deck are you using, Callum? Tell me. You got to tell me. Which deck are you using to try and climb? Because if you really are sincerely stuck in gold, then we'll help you out. You know, we'll see what your deck looks like, and we'll go over it and, you know, offer any recommendations if we can. And by we, I mean like me and Dre and Moni and Blescobar, all the regulars. Oh, you're using Water Dragon. Well, there's your problem. I'm not making fun of you. I can appreciate somebody who's using something that is not meta. Because let's face it, I mean, once you get to a certain level, you're almost forced to use meta, because if you don't, you're gonna get annihilated. Let's see. Also have Masked Heroes, SSA, and Arrow Mage. Well, see, that's the thing, Moni, is he's in gold. And in gold, I'm not going to go and say that you absolutely have to have a meta deck in gold, because you don't. At least not in gold. I would say in platinum it definitely helps, and in legend rank it's pretty much required, or you're just going to get annihilated. Even meta decks, you know, even when you use a meta deck in legend, I mean, it was made very obvious the last time I was up in legend that even with a meta deck you can still get annihilated. So yeah, but in gold, Gold is to me, it's kind of like the middle ground, the playground where you can test out some stuff, to where you know each duel you have is still going to at least be somewhat competitive, but hopefully you won't run into the meta decks like the masked heroes and the vampires and stuff. And I know there's going to be some people out there saying, oh, well, I've seen somebody use such and such deck to get King of Games. Okay, but again, we're not talking about exceptions here. We're talking about the rule. And the rule, 99 times out of 100, is you're probably not going to make King of Games going through Legend with a non-meta deck. Is it possible? Absolutely. It's also possible that a big, giant, humongous rock comes and crashes into the earth today. But will it happen? Probably not. That's the point I'm trying to make. Again, people immediately assume, oh, but I saw somebody make King of Games with a Karibo deck. You're wrong. No, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Just because you saw something once does not mean it's normal. Let's see. I just don't like people who promote meta decks that everyone uses them until the next season. Use cards from the anime that I liked. Well, that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that. A couple of my decks have been very much like that. Heck, even in the duel rooms, sometimes I run into decks that most people would only play simply because they know they're going to win with them, and not necessarily because they're fun. And look at this! Everybody left! No, replay. Everybody left, and I'm the only one in the room. Oh, wait, I have a spectator. I don't know who's the spectator. Oh, that's not going to show me. Well, apparently I'm the only spectator. Alright, well, since we're waiting for people, I'll just, I'll just use the cyber dragons. Oh man, my volume's a little high there. Okay. Well, let me think. If I want to win, if I want to get to let me at least try to get to Platinum 2, since we're just kind of chilling here and nobody's in the duel room. It is a little early still here in the States. It's a whole 9:42. Some people are still, especially on the West Coast, people are still asleep. Because it's Saturday. And unless you got to get up and go to work on a Saturday, you generally don't get up early. Okay, but let me use my crazy Odeon deck and see what happens. If I get the win, great. If not, I don't care. Because I think for ranking up, I would get, what is it, 10 gems? So it's not a massive amount of gems. Oh, crap. Playing a Bandit Keith deck. 11 p.m. That's at night. 11 p.m. That's late Saturday night. Oh, he's using restart. Wow. Well, I guess I'm going first. AM, yeah. I tried to stick around the same times for a while, but I found that they don't always work with my schedule. I'm facing UA already? Are you serious? Yeah, I posted the duel room number and nobody went in. Look, I'll do it again. That's the duel room number. Nobody went in, so I was like, okay, that's fine. It's not a huge deal, but... And I went back to see if anybody went in. Nobody's in the duel room. So I'm just like, oh. A hero emerges. Yes. I'm still attacking it, dude. If only it was in defense position. Let's see. And that's a warrior, too. That's fine. I got him for a lot of damage there. I still have no idea what any of these cards do. I've never bothered to even really read them. I'm just like, gosh, I'm not, you know, it's a freaking novel. Peeps go in the room. I don't even like Peeps. Do you like Peeps? Peeps are basically just a big puff of crap. Damn. Not your. I don't think that's a standard UA deck though. I don't like Peeps. My ex-wife liked Peeps. I just don't like them. Hey, Manuel, you missed like half the show, man. We had an amazing discussion about China. There was visual aids and everything. It's warm enough here. I can probably turn my ear off. Hey, look at that. Platinum rank 2. Wait, did I get 10 whole gems? Where are my gems? Oh, yeah. Get a little reward here. Okay, since I'm going into the duel room now,
I pledge my word that
I shall
defeat this worthless opponent.
Who do I want to use? It's a PowerPoint presentation. I would not put you all through that. I've been in the business world long enough to know that the first way to get people completely uninterested about what you're talking about is to use PowerPoint. I guess I'll use bones. Who cares?
Time to give up the ghost.
It was not PowerPoint. Stop saying that. Don't mind the clickies, I was just typing to somebody.
Duel!
Oh yeah, I could have used Tristan. I completely forgot about that. Ooh, look at all them AF forces. What kind of breakfast? I don't know. What do people normally eat for breakfast? $20 water. How many copies of Water Dragon do you have in the deck? Slice of toast with some butter. Here we have a slice of, well, not a slice, but a tortilla with butter. Pretty much the same thing. Apparently my opponent's bricking. Yep. Primal is who I was facing. I'm guessing he bricked. Because, yeah. He didn't have any monsters. Oh, we're playing Battle Guards. Yeah, that's the thing about Battle Guard is you can brick pretty easily because they're They're 5-star monsters. So they get stuck in your hand sometimes. That was the deck I'd been playing with Tristan. I just kind of threw it over on Bones though, because I was like, let's level Bones up since we got the event going. But yeah, the only thing about being this low on this little ladder is, one, the rewards are kind of and it doesn't really matter. What's this? DD Invader? What is this DD Invader? What do you want? It's a crap little level 10? Oh, we don't. It doesn't even say. Okay, well, I guess we were going to duel this guy. It doesn't say what level it is, so we'll just kind of go for it.
Duel.
Coach Goblin. Okay, I don't think this guy's going to be that difficult. Yeah, we'll just leave that there. You use your balance anti-meta deck. Well, I'm only on, what, stage 9? Or floor 9, whatever you're going to say. So yeah, it's just... it doesn't really matter. Once I get like into the 30s, then it will probably start to matter more. DD Scout Plane. Don't see that card very much here. I would so love to build a real true DD deck, but there's not enough DD support. Just use furries. No, I'm not going to use you, Maroon. We all know Maroon is a furry. Which furry do you like dressing up as? Do you have like a character that you dress up as, or are you just kind of like a, you know, like a standard furry, like, you know, you just dress up like a dog or something, or what's the deal there? How does that work? I sincerely don't know how they come up with that stuff. I really don't. Really? I got that? Is that even part of the... Oh, it is part of the rewards. I didn't even realize the rest of that stuff was over there. I thought it was just this. Because it doesn't have little arrows. It doesn't have little arrows here that tells you, oh, there's more stuff over here. Okay. I did not even know about any of this. That's funny. What's this purple one? Dark Dimension Pack. Legendary Duelist Rainbow Pack. Legendary Duelist Rainbow Pack GX. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, I really thought it was just this. I was like, oh, okay. Thank you, Konami. Thank you for showing the little arrow here. That I could get other stuff besides that. And of course, now I know that I can get nothing but junk out of this. And the reason I didn't know is because the first few times that I got it, look, I got this and I got that. The first 2 times that I used it, so I was like, oh, okay, this is it. Yeah, they did. At least they did give gems. The only bad thing is, like I said, it just, you know, like this stuff, like these, that's a lot, man. Those I don't even think I'll use. The crystals, but I guess the gems are okay. So it's a possibility of getting, what, 120 gems out of that? That's not bad. Alright, let me try a different character to give you all something else to look at. Well, it's not that China can't sell iPhones, it's just that, from what I understand, if you really want to know about the iPhone thing that's going on there, apparently there's a lawsuit where Qualcomm, which is a Chinese company, is suing Apple for copyright infringement. Isn't that ironic? A Chinese company suing an American company for copyright infringement. That's hilarious. But anyway, so there's it's ongoing litigation, and the thing is that while it's ongoing, Apple can continue to sell the iPhone there in China if they choose to, which they are, of course, going to choose to. And the way that it works right now, look, nobody's in the freaking room anymore. Come on. Anyway, but the way it's working is that they think that Apple's just going to wait it out. And by that I mean the lawsuit is targeting certain models of Apple products, and they think that by the time this actually goes to court and, you know, it gets ruled on and whatnot, the products in question will be EOL, which basically means end of life. In other words, they're still out there, but Apple doesn't make that particular model anymore, so the lawsuit will mean nothing. That's pretty much what it will end up being. Yeah, there's only 2 of us in here, man. It's just me and Primal. Everybody else is like, nah, I don't feel like dueling today. I'm just gonna go do whatever. Alright, well, Primal said he switched in his deck. Did you switch decks? I changed my deck. So if you have a different deck, or if you want to play your Battle Guard deck again, that's fine. We'll go again. Just to give us something to do. It's better than just waiting around. Do ranked for a bit. I just did a ranked. And I ranked up. What deck am I running? Oh, this is we're just doing fun decks. It's on the weekends we generally do just fun decks. So this particular deck that I'm about to use is just a Roid deck. And my opponent, who is Primal in chat, the shiny Primal whatever, he's using a Battle Guard deck. So this should be interesting. Yeah, we don't on the weekends. I don't generally, you know, when we open a duel room on the weekends, we don't generally do competitive decks. We do more of the fun stuff. A forces. What does this guy do? Oh, it's Roz. You were telling me about this card last time. This card's normal summon, special summon, choose 1 level 4 lower warrior type monster from your deck, except field from under Roz, place it on top of your deck. Oh, that's right, and you chose Marmoning. Okay. Yeah, it's not strictly a Roid deck, but it does have a lot of Roids. Like, it's got 2 copies of the big Roids. That sounds bad. Like, 2 copies of Steam Roid, 2 Gyroids, 2 Submarine Roids, and it also has a couple copies of Drill Roid. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Monday. Sure, we'll let you have that. But yeah, Monday is a bit of a stressful day for me anyway. Because I have to be competitive. Oh gosh, look at this dude. He's like, I'm going to pump it up as much as I can. I want to save my right, sorry. But man, 3 A-Forces, you really filled the... Okay, so I have to imagine that his whole thing is just pumping his monsters up. That's his whole strategy, because he filled up the backfield completely. But, I mean, you kind of have to, because, I mean, how in the world did you get 3 A-Forces that quickly? That sucks. Oh, that sucks. Let's see, what am I doing here? Let's bring this guy out. Hey, it's Twax! Again, Trax, you missed the most important part of the show, man. No, we're gonna get space down. I finally got Cyrus's final Roid card, too. It took me freaking forever. I think it was, what was it, the Express Roid? I think that was it. Oh, look at you. Ew. We're gonna put that sucker down. Everybody loves the sexually frustrated Celtic Guard. Oh, that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. Okay, that works. Can I hit? Let me see. Well, because he can't be destroyed by monsters with 1900 attack or more. I wonder if that applies even though he's getting... Is it original attack or is it just attack? I think it's attack just the way it is. So not original attack. Well, we're going to find out. Yeah, he can't be destroyed. Okay. So we're going to direct attack with these. I guess I could have used... Well, no. That wouldn't have worked anyway. You're still in trouble, man. I got my 2 submarine raids out there. Decided to sleep in since the Yugioh. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. It is still pretty early anyway. It's 10 in the morning. Well, at least here it's 10 in the morning. Oh, that's right. Trax is not too far from me, so... Ah, he bricked. Yeah, once... Even... I mean, that was a good card to get out, but yeah, the submarine roids really hurt you. Oh, he drew Battle Guard King. Oh, that sucks. What did you get with the... Did you use Marketing Captain's effect? I didn't even see. Let me see. Where did you pull out Marketing Captain? There it is. Because I let you keep it. Oh, okay. Well, it must have been another A Forces. That stinks. All right, we got some new people in the room. Hooray. Reminder to the new people in the room. Well, let me see. Oh, it's Dre, Blescobar, and Light. Oh, they know the rules. Don't have to explain the rules to them. But for anybody that has not been to our rooms, there's the room number. And again, we don't run super competitive decks on the weekends. These are mostly just fun decks. And Dre, if you're running that stupid Cloudian deck, I'm gonna punch you in the knee. Because that is such a boring deck, man. I mean, I'm not hating on the deck because you know, I'll be honest. It's a good deck. It is, but it's, oh god, it's so slow, man. It takes forever. I mean, once he gets it set up, it works for him great. But it's just, ugh. It's like playing against spell books where you just have to kind of wait and wait and wait and wait. Ugh. So hopefully Dre's not playing that deck. And if he is, Blescobar, I feel sorry for you. But let me see here. I'll let me roll a dice. Where's my dice at? Did I lose my dice? I better not have lost my 4-sided dice. Where are you? Okay, maybe I did. Oh, I gotta grab another one. We'll get a 6-sided die. So Light is evens and Dark Trax is odds. It is a 3. So we're going to face Dark Twix. Where's my dice set? I'm really curious now because it's the only 4-sided dice I have left. There's my other 6-sided. Oh, here it is. Okay, good. How long am I streaming today? I don't know. I've been on for an hour now. I shamed Dre into giving up. I'm like, he better not be playing that deck. He's like, alright. Why is my... I'm so sick of the counters from Streamlabs. They're just... While I'm letting my opponent do stuff, I'm gonna... Oh, now... Wow. Decision... Because the thing is, I know his deck does not use a ton of traps. It uses like 2 traps. Let's do this instead. Just for now. This actually may not hurt him very much. The fact that I'm using this monster. It just negates the effect, but he still wants them in the graveyard either way. I've got to go in an hour or so, so I want to know. Will I be on still in an hour? I don't know. I really don't. You're always welcome to watch the replay. The replays are always available on YouTube. In case, you know, you get bored. Speaking of YouTube, I got one of those surveys from them. Crystal Release. I got one of those surveys from them that they send out to their I guess their, well, not just their users, but their content creators. And gotta do it. And they're like, how are you enjoying the use of Super Chat? And I'm like, I don't know, I can't use it. Why the hell are you asking me this? And they're like, do you think Super Chat is valuable in you making revenue? I'm like, no, it's not. But yeah, I've seen a few other people who, it's really weird, the whole Super Chat thing. People either really like it or they're just kind of like, eh. Callum is asking, I can't remember, did you say you were holding a tournament? I was kidding when I said I was going to hold a tournament myself. Where I said I was just going to ban like half the cards. That was just a joke. But I think it was Chop. Was it Chop? I want to say it was Chop. It's in the Discord, I know that. Here, I'll end my turn here. They made it funny. But yeah, there you go. Chop is holding it. Is it? Well, here's the thing, Primal. I got a message in Discord saying that it was actually being held tomorrow. So I don't really know what's going on there. But if it is, I mean, we can always ask Chop. But yeah, I think it was Chop said he was having a tournament. Uh-oh. I sense something. Oh, no, he's in his turn. Okay. He actually kind of wants this. Oh, how I wish I had piercing right now. Oh, that's actually a good draw. It's Dan the Man. You're gonna tilt Chop. That's mean. It's in our Discord. Here, I'll end real quick. Let me go to the Discord real quick. Tournament information. Let me see if they've been here. Oh, they didn't put it under there. Let me see. Let me do a quick search. Tournament. Let's see. It's like I'm kind of trying to skim through Discord, but at the same time I don't want to ignore tracks. Ignore the tracks. I don't even know if Chop would be awake right now. But I guess maybe we could message him and ask. Isn't he? I think he's East Coast, isn't he? I want to say he's East Coast. So he may just be awake already. I mean, it would be like 11 o'clock, so I imagine he would be. Yeah, it's not Monday. It's definitely not Monday. Trax is like, dang it. You were getting a lot of stuff in your graveyard. I was getting a little worried that you were going to get that Rainbow Dragon out on me. Well, yeah, I'm actually curious now, so I'm going to go and... Oh, hold on, let me see. Let me check his... Because I'm in Chop's Discord, too. So, let's see. Tournament facts. That's an old post. I'll just put a general question here for him. Okay, I dropped him a message. Well, yeah, because I was typing a message. Who's next? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I think it's Light. Light's next. Because I did a dice roll and it was between Tracks and Light, so gotta face Light next. Oh, wait. There we go. Yeah, my mic is pretty close to my keyboard, so you can, every time I go to the keyboard, you can hear the clicky clicky. That and the fact that I have a mechanical keyboard, so it's really clicky. Super Rare Tournament Sunday at 5 p.m. Okay, so it is tomorrow. So Dre has confirmed for us, and I guess Chop will eventually get back to me and probably reconfirm. Oh my gosh, he's using Pegasus, but not using Mind Scan. It's amazing. It's amazing. I kind of want to switch over to Tristan because I like Tristan's deck. His deck's just kind of fun. It's pretty much the Bones deck that I was using, but he has the Field of the Warriors. My starting hand's not so great. Yeah, this is all I can really do. Well, if this is all they do here, then I just got to draw one card and it should be very interesting here. Well, I've got this, but there's another card I would like to draw. Let's see. It's not the one I wanted to draw. Might as well do this. I'm sure they're going to take care of it, but... Oh, okay. I'll put all that down. Let's see what they do. Nothing! They can't do anything! And I've got the Gear Beast. Ooh, Gem Knights, huh? Man, what is up? I'm not drawing monsters. My last three have been this, this, and this. And I started with a gyroid and this guy. It's like, come on, man. Might as well put that down there. I'll just attack, and he'll probably activate his backfield. Oh, or not. Okay. Because he had the 2000 defender. Okay. That's probably why. And it's a Gemini monster. That's interesting. I imagine he's got something back there to stop this, but we're just going to do that anyway. Do that. Which survey wasn't much? You talking about the YouTube survey? Or are you talking about the Duel Links survey? Yeah, the Duel Links survey this time around, they didn't give you anything. Well, they didn't give me anything because I did it. And I was thinking, oh, maybe they'll give us gems here too. Oh, the YouTube one? Well, from what I understand, the YouTube ones are sort of, not 100% tailored, but sort of tailored to, you know, basic, to certain demographics. And, oh god. Might as well do it. Might as well do it. Wow. Imagine that was a bit of a brick, or the Jinzo probably threw him off too. Because that backfield. But yeah, I think YouTube throws up certain questions just to throw you off. Like they'll make up certain brands to say, hey, have you heard of this brand? And it's like some weird, ridiculous, you know, or maybe not necessarily make up a brand, but maybe they'll throw a brand at you that's maybe like a Chinese brand that you just don't see here in the States. And it's like, really? You're gonna ask me about that one? But yeah, that survey, depending on your answers, that survey can either be 5 minutes or like 25 minutes.
Leave it to Bones.
I think
to
mine
haunt
was
your
like
nightmares.
18 minutes or so. Because I actually thought about some of my answers. Where are you, Tristan? There you are.
It's your hero, Tristan Taylor.
No, it's not. I wish they had his... He needs his old voice. Alright, let's see. Dre. You answered to neutral to a majority of them. Some of them I did, but some of the others I was actually pretty honest. Wow, come on. I got Konami'd right when I tried to go and duel Dre.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links!
Like, yeah, I really gave it to them when they asked me about the super chat stuff. I'm like, you serious? Hey, where'd he go? I think Dre got DC'd too then. Is he in here? Yeah, he's in here. Not use the content creation thing. Yeah, I've been messing around on YouTube for... Wow, it's actually been a long time. Even before this channel, like this channel's about 3 years old. Well, no, maybe less. Maybe it's like 2 years old. I don't remember. It's okay. Maybe it is 3. But yeah, this channel's only about 3 years old. But I had an old channel, which I still have. I just don't upload to it. That one I think I created like in 2006, something like that. 2006, 2007.
Duel!
Well, this is interesting. Not really what I wanted at all, but we're gonna try and make this work. Oh, that's right, I forgot I was gonna go do this thing over here. Hold on, where is it? Wow, that's it? Alright. Oh, I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted. But we're just gonna go with this. We'll let it go. Yeah, if it's just like a little hobby, it's not probably not a huge deal. Spellcaster deck. Blescobar, are you trolling people? So we blame Trax for losing. That's interesting. Ancient rules. Ooh. Neo Aquamador. the turn, okay. Well, not a huge amount I can do right now then. I could do some prevention here, so we'll do this. I think Dre's breaking a little bit, maybe. I mean, that's the only reason I can think of him bringing up Aquaman. It seems like he's playing some roll monsters here. I mean, he's got the ancient rules in there, so he's got at least a handful of roll monsters. Plus, he did pull that spellcaster earlier, which I'm actually surprised he didn't bring the spellcaster instead of that. And the turn again, huh? Alright. Well, there's one card I can draw here that might help. That's not it. That's not it. Interesting. Ooh, that's gonna hurt a little bit, huh? I'm guessing he gave up because he knew my Battle Ox was going to, yeah. I'm guessing he was, I don't know. I don't know what was going on there with Dre. That was kind of an interesting duel. Well, the card wouldn't have saved me, but it would have made it much easier to get through that 3000 defender. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think in that deck I do have controllers. I think I have a couple controllers in that deck. I'm not really sure what Dre was doing with that deck, because it looked like a spellcaster deck. Because all the cards he used were spellcasters. So, but I'm not really sure what was going on there. Oh, come on. You have like 30 decks, Dre. You could have used something that was a little different. He was tilting himself. Well, not necessarily. I mean, if he would have seriously, in my hand and everything, I had nothing to take care of that 3000 defender. I had no way to get past it. In fact, no card in my deck, with the exception of Giganticastle, which when I finally get him to the field, he would be a 31 attacker. That's the only card that I could have used to get past that Medora. You could have stalled me out for a while. And I couldn't have complained because it would have been completely my fault. It's not like the Cloudian where you know you're going into it and hoping to stall. I was kind of surprised that you pulled the Medora out. I thought for certain you were going to pull out that spellcaster, that 26 attacking spellcaster. If you did, I had something to take care of it, so I wasn't worried. But when I saw your Medora, I was like, oh. Oh, well, there's a lot of stuff that can. It just happens in this particular deck. I don't have a lot of high attackers. In fact, it's the same deck that I've used for a while now. I just stapled in a couple of newer cards that I got. It's that same Beast /Beast Warrior Piercing deck, but I stapled in the Jute Fighter and the Delta Flyer. I did have another tuner in there, but I like the Delta Flyer more. And in fact, oh, that's right, I still haven't gotten any of the new 7-star synchros. Because the 7-star synchros would work really well now. Yeah, there's this guy too, but he's kind of useless. At least for me, he's kind of useless. But yeah, I think, let me see, where's my filter? 7 stars. Yeah, I don't have them yet. I guess if I wanted to, I could throw in a junk synchron and then be able to bring this guy, but the Delta Flyer seems to work a lot better for me. Because I'm able to get out Stardust really easy now. And then the Jute Fighter, he's okay. But yeah, apparently my 5-star monsters are kind of useless now. So, which is why I'm kind of hoping to get those 7-star synchros. 10 boss monsters? Oof. Well, when you run 10 5-star and above, dude, you're gonna brick. You're bricking yourself, man. Unless you're running the blue eyes. Alright, back to the room. Let's see. I think Bluscabar's the only person I haven't faced yet. Alright, Bluscabar. Let's take a look at this deck that people say you're tilting them with. If he's still there. Yeah, he's still there. My poor microphone arm, it's squeaking. I had to put some oil on it. It's like, help me! Give me oil!
Duel!
This is actually a pretty decent going second hand. Got 3 Psychic 3000 Synchro from Super Rare Ticket. What else do we... Yeah, this is actually not a bad hand. Got the Battle Ox going. Let's see what he's got. Ooh! The Doom Dog. Fiend Farewell. I sense a Kuribo coming. There it is. And he may take this. Right at 1,000. Is it final? Are you running final? I didn't even look. He might be. Ah, okay. It's Dark Necrosteer. What floor is everyone on? I'm actually at 10 now. Here, I'll even let the animation go through because it's so creepy. Not even started the event. Yeah, I haven't really... I don't know. I only did the first couple of floors simply because they had some nice gems in there. So I picked up the gems and promptly spent them, and that was it. Yeah, the event does have a lot of gems. More Karibo. Nope, Sphere Karibo. You're gonna have a lot of Karibos to survive this, man. I don't think he's got 3 Karibos, do you? Yeah, no 3 Karibos this time. So it's a Dark Necrofear deck. That's not a tilt deck. It's just Dark Necrofear. Is that the same deck that he was using against you guys? That didn't seem like, yeah. Let's see. To finish up your aliens deck. Well, interesting so far. I really like this this sort of Tristan and Joey sort of slash deck. Rematch you. Did I duel you? Are you light? I didn't even know. Because I know who Blescobar, I know who Soul is, I know who everybody else is. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't even know. It's just that, you know, these are my regular guys. They come like every time I have a show. So, but yeah, I don't see you. I don't think I've seen you here too often, dude. Hazy, aka Light. Well, let me see. What did I face you with last time? Did I face you with the same deck, or did I face you with the I show up to even if I don't come to the game. Yeah, because if I already played you with either one of these decks, I can switch to something different, just to keep things kind of different. In fact, I'll do that right now. Let me switch to something else. Here, I'll spin the wheel and just kind of go with what. Unless I know it's a meta deck on that character. Okay, yeah, that's a meta deck, so I'm not gonna face you with that. Here, let me spin the wheel again here. Think.
You will see that my strategies have no...
Oh god. This is definitely not a meta deck, and I can tell you right now, I'm already going to lose. This is not a good deck. It's not. You're definitely going to win this time. Yeah, this is... I mean, the deck itself is okay, I guess. I just don't... This deck doesn't brick, it just... I don't know. I could probably make it better if I really wanted to, but it was one of those decks that I just want to kind of try out some stuff. So I sort of threw it together, and even, seriously, even when I'm facing NPCs, I lose with this deck. I lose so much with it. I don't think I've ever beaten anybody with this deck. Well, at least none of you guys. I've beaten NPCs a few times, but you guys, I don't think I've ever...
Duel.
Well, let's see. What we got? Actually, I think I got a few more of the different cards that go with this deck. So if I wanted to, like if I really gave a crap about it, I could probably go and improve it a little. YT and Twitch. Yeah, I face level 45 NPCs right now. So, yeah, they do get stronger. But isn't like when you max out to, I think it was what, stage 60 on Duel Monsters, don't they become like level 52s or something like that? Where they're pretty much bringing you meta decks? Oh, okay. Yeah, somebody was telling me that they get really, really strong after you hit stage 60. And I'm still at 50. And I don't even care to move up. So I'm just going to leave it there. 2 and 5Ds? Ooh. You're not even trying. Remember, I mean, I would go if, I mean, you were saying that you wanted to get more gems for your alien deck. I would definitely do that. Go in and level up GX and 5Ds, because when you go from stage to stage, they give you gems. This music is grooving, man. Ugh, come on, man. It's getting a little boring now, dude. Come on. This is not a hard deck to beat, dude. Just do, you know, just attack or something. This is not a hard deck to beat. It really isn't. Yeah, they are pretty slow. I don't think they're as slow as spellbooks, but they're pretty slow. Considering how quickly I went through my turn, it was like as if his took an eternity. Dude, look at this. You got me yawning, man. Come on. Ugh. Banish all the things. Yeah, every time I'm I'm just gonna keep gaining life points at this point, dude. I'll just throw that guy out there for you. You know, if he keeps doing that, he's just going to eventually deck himself out. That's kind of weird. Well, not necessarily, Callum, because if I send these back to his extra deck for him, with all the gems that Gem Knights that I'm sure he has, he'll just he'll just bring them right back out. That was a huge mistake he just made. He should have known better. Why would I put that face up? Seriously, dude, come on. I put that face up for a reason. And now he might be in a little bit of a pickle, because he's used up a lot of cards. So, who knows how this is going to go now. And I'm just gaining all those life points back now. Does Moni... Dude, Moni was here earlier. Another Paleozoic? No. Oh, wow, he gave... How did you lose to... Dude, come on. How did you lose to this deck? I think he got a little too fancy there. Used up way too many of his abilities. And I don't know, man. It just... Yeah, I'm very surprised. And I'm not kidding when I say that this is not a good deck. I'll show it to y'all. In case you all don't remember what deck this is. This is a fairy counter deck. But I wasn't drawing any counters. And yeah, it was really weak, man. Look at this thing. I mean, it's not terrible with a 3-minute match. Why? You were doing fine, dude. I gave you 3 minutes for one turn. Yeah, but this is it. This is it. This is the whole thing. Yeah, it's not a great deck. It's okay. But yeah, it just doesn't win. And look, I even got these in here for fun. But yeah, it's not a great deck. There are cards, like I said, that I could change out now that I've gotten duplicates of. Like, I think I got a... Did I get a... I thought I got additional ones of some other fairy monster, but I forget. But yeah, I think that Divine Punishment with this thing really... It changed the way the duel looked. It very much did. I got rid of both of your fusion monsters just like that. But yeah, like I said, this... I mean, you know who's really good with a deck like this? Trax. I remember back in the day before I had this deck, Trax ran Counter Fairies, and he was kicking some butt with it, man. He's just better at running this deck than I am. Hey, Blight. But yeah, Trax did really well with this deck. It doesn't do as good now, because let's face it, you know, so many boxes now have been released that it's not as effective as it used to be, but yeah, Trax is really good with this deck. And I kind of splashed this in here for the hell of it, but I never get to use it. In fact, I could probably do that if I wanted to. Oh boy. So, I guess we're going to do the Wheel of Fortune here again. To see who I duel you guys with. Come here, spin. Alright, let's see... Esparoba. Okay, here we go.
The one and only psychic duelist.
No, that was my only duel with Counter Fairies, and I was facing Jordan, and because I did the spin the wheel thing just to come up with something different, and it landed on that deck, and I was like, well, I'm gonna lose. I thought for certain I was gonna lose, but it actually held up fairly well. He was using Gem Knights, but it held up okay. I'm not gonna rub it in his face or anything. Because I think maybe he did kind of have an idea. He's like, well, maybe I am boring them a little bit with the Gem Knights. So that's probably why he surrendered. But I thought it did okay. But again, here's the room number again. Let's see, who else is in here that I have not dueled? Nobody's at a table. Dre, Light, Trax, Boscobar, Soul. I guess while I wait for somebody else to hop on a table, I'm going to go out of here real quick. Oh, I am still on 9. I forgot. I used level 5 or higher monster cards one time in a duel. Okay. Burger King, Subway, or Pop... Oh, dude. Well, not Subway. I'm just going by on what I would eat. Not Subway. I don't know what's going on with Subway, but their subs have gone downhill. They're just, I don't know, or maybe my tastes have changed. They just don't taste as great as they used to, say, 10 years ago. I don't know what it is. Popeyes is pretty good. Burger King is okay. I'd probably go Popeyes. Simply because I really love Popeyes red beans and rice. Oh, that stuff is so good. It's so freaking good. Let's see. Blight says, fine, thanks. Bought 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! Special editions for $20. Pulled a $20 Ultra Rare and a $5 Secret Rare with 4 other decent supers. Oh, that's pretty good. As long as you make your money back. I mean, that is if you buy and then just sell right away, but... Or if I really felt up to going Taco Bell. I'm a little on Taco Bell, but that's because I ordered some like 2 weeks ago and it wasn't very good. Which was unfortunate. Let me see, what's this guy? Okay, this guy's a dragon. Cannot be normal set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by having 5 or more light monsters with different names. Oh god. Once per turn, you can banish 1 light monster from your graveyard, then target 1 set card your opponent controls. Reveal that target, then place that target on either the top or bottom. I mean, the effect is good, but getting him out... I'm trying to think what deck would support that. 5 light monsters with different names. I mean, just right there, it makes me think it's going to be sort of like a Grass is Greener deck. What do you guys think? I mean, fairies are mostly lights. Certain dragon decks are a lot of lights. There's some light warriors. I don't know, man. It just doesn't seem that great. That and the fact that he is a pain in the butt to get out, and even when you do get him out, he's only got 1,000 defense. We're just running fun decks today. That's really the only rule. We're just running fun decks. We're not running metas and stuff like that. You already made decks for new cards indeed here. Well, I mean, I'm not that far along. That's why I'm kind of just... I mean, I saw these before the event started, but now that they're in game, now I have a chance to kind of think more about them. But, yeah, I mean, it has a good effect, but getting it out is a real pain. And like I said, and keeping it out there is even more a pain too. Because, like, say for instance, if they hit something like if they wait for the effect to go off, and you hit something like an enemy controller, immediately activate it and or turn it into defense. And with 1,000 defense, he's not sticking around. He's just not. It seems interesting. I mean, I imagine there are ways to keep him up, but... Tickets. I got tickets? Where did I get... Oh, these are the login bonuses. Never mind. Oh, that's right. I was going to face Blight. And Blight, you got the... I imagine you're Dread Knight. We did the Wheel of Fortune, so... This is not a meta deck. It's... I'm trying to remember exactly what... I think this is similar to the right deck, but it's a little different. Oh... I remember what's in this deck. Okay. It's okay. It's... You're probably going to win. I mean, it's sort of has some roids in it, but then it has a couple of other cards that I like them in the TCG, but in Duel Links they just don't work for me. And for some reason we're not starting. Getting back out of here, and we'll try this again. But yeah, just because I don't like the deck doesn't mean I won't duel you with it. Okay. We've broken the game. Something's going on. Sure, Tyler. You can go ahead and head into the duel room. After I get done facing Blight, you're more than welcome to come on and enjoy. Okay, dude, what's going on, man? This isn't working. Oh, there it goes. Okay, now it does that sometimes. It's working now. Well, it's working on my end. I don't know about yours, but it's working now. Oh, and as a courtesy, obviously, I prefer if you guys didn't snipe me. And if you're not familiar with what sniping is, it's when you watch the stream while you duel me. Please don't do that. Because that's not really fair.
Duel.
Oh, gosh. Let's do it. I was actually thinking of bringing this instead right now. Simply because if I do that, then I'm sort of giving away my, my intentions. But with this, then it still keeps them guessing. Oof, look at that backfield. Alright, well, let's get some electro going here. Lock that down. I mean, he's got something to stop this. Ooh, widespread. So I go electro. I'll go with submarine. Yeah, I didn't imagine he was going to burn anything on that. He is bricking a little bit, though. He doesn't have a lot. Aqua Actress. Put that down right now. Reminds me of the old lady you see in the club, where you're just kind of like, eh. Like, what is she doing in here? She's like 50. Actually surprised that this deck drew that well. I mean, it doesn't generally draw badly, but it doesn't draw as well as my standard droid deck. Because this one's a little bit different. Unless I changed it. I don't think I changed it. Let's see. Okay, yeah. This isn't, yeah, this is not the standard droid. Because, like, I got this guy in here, and I got this guy. I was trying to kind of do something with these, but I never win coin tosses. Oh yeah, you drew the two boss monsters. That's why, because as soon as I saw it was Aqua Actress, And as soon as you brought out the Guppy, I was like, nope. I gotta do everything I can to stop you from doing that combo. That's why I hit you with the Paleozoic and the Floodgate. So I basically wanted to force you to tribute it. So, because yeah, I've seen the combo get going, and cannot let that combo for Aqua Actress get going, man. Because if it gets going, it's about to get ugly. But yeah, it's not a terrible deck. I mean, these two guys, like I said, I'm just not crazy about them. They've just never worked out. Let's see. So in a 20-card deck, is it better to have just 10 monsters? It depends on the deck, Callum, because some decks work well with a large amount of monsters, and some don't. Like if you have decks that do a lot of searching, you know, that sort of stuff, then sometimes it's okay to go for a deck that has more monsters. Or if you have cards, like magic or trap cards, that help you select certain monsters to get out, then it all depends. Yeah, I've seen Sylvan decks that run a lot of monsters. I don't run a lot of monsters in my Sylvan deck, but I have seen it. Like in my old Amazon deck, I had 11 monsters. I saw people that were like, "No, that's too many," and so I switched one monster out for another magic trap, and it completely ruined the deck. So I switched it back, and boom, it started working for me again. It's hard to say because it depends on your play style, and two, it also depends on the deck that you're running. You know, a 10-card deck may work great for you, whereas that exact same deck may not work for me. Simply because not necessarily the cards that I play, but sometimes in the decision-making that goes along with those cards. Like, do I activate the Floodgate now? Do I wait? Do I activate the Paleozoic now? Do I wait? Do I summon this monster, or do I summon that monster? It all depends. See, that's what you're saying. Amazon ran about 8. I never ran 8 with Amazons. I ran 11. Because I tried running the smaller Amazon deck and it just did not work for me. It just didn't. I put back to 11, got all the way to Legend. I probably could have pushed to King of Games if I wanted to, but I didn't. Oh yeah, sure. Let me do another little spin here. Koiba.
Nothing will save you from humiliation.
This is not a meta deck. I haven't updated this deck in a while, but it should still be okay. There we go. Game isn't loading. Wi-Fi issues. That's the only thing I don't like about playing on tablets and phones and stuff. It's got that Wi-Fi issue always. Oof, my stomach is starting to growl. I haven't eaten today.
Duel.
Uh-oh. It's Joey versus Kaiba. You're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck. Oh, I'm terrible at that. Alright, let's see what we got here. Pretty heavy defense back there. You better put it down. Got a heavy defender back there. Oh! Acel Rikibid. Oh, it's an alien deck. What you throw in there? Sharpshooter. Alien decks. I don't even know what that does. Let me see. Turn off monster fill. Okay, 8 counters during the as accepted. Can banish this card if you add 1 alien monster from your deck to your gotcha. Okay. guy even do? Moved A counter. Gotcha. Well, I'm trying to remember how. I mean, I've faced alien decks a few times before, but I can't remember. Monster with an A counter, but okay, loses 300. Okay, gotcha. Just making sure of that. Okay, there we go. Oops. End turn. Ooh. I just remembered what new card I got that I could put into this deck. I was actually kind of surprised I was able to get past that. That Aurora Wing, I think, threw him off. Aurora Wing's like, no, I'm staying here. That Tiger Dragon was a nice draw, though. I got that Stamping Destruction and then the Tiger Dragon, both in the same turn. That was nice. Got rid of all that backfield. Oh, that was a good duel. I was like, oh crap, I was in a bit of trouble because you had a massive field advantage, and all I had was the Aurora Wing, and I was like, please stay there, just hang on for a little while. Oof, that's close. Two hours and 5 minutes in, man, and I'm hungry. Ew. I'm tempted to order pizza for lunch, because, I mean, it's getting toward lunch anyway. By the time the pizza get here, it'll be like noon. I'm tempted to order pizza. Can you play control decks? Well, I mean, it all depends what you consider control. The big thing is we just don't play metas. Not on the weekends. Meta decks are mostly going to be like your vampire decks. Oh, wind-up juggler. Ugh. I don't know. I really don't. I mean, can finish you, but don't want to. Sure. Yeah, the wind-up deck, I mean, it's a good deck. I don't know. I've played it a couple of times, and I actually do really like the wind-up monsters. Like, what is it, Wind-Up Juggler? That's a great card. And there's also Wind-Up Rabbit.
Let's go.
Ooh, Kaiba said, let's go. There is actually one card I want to switch out here. Where is it here? I did get a second. Oh, I thought I got a second Stamping Destruction. Huh. I could have swore I got a second one of those. I guess I didn't. Oh well, so much for that. Whew. So tell me, Tyler Blight, what do you two think of Fortnite getting banned in China? You think it's a good thing? Think they will yield to the Chinese overlords and say, hey, we're not going to change our game for you? To counter the blue deck? What's the blue deck? You mean the Blue Eyes deck? But speaking of China, I really want some pizza. I don't know, though. I mean, and then the question comes up, well, is it Domino's? Or is it Pizza Hut? I don't really like Papa John's. And unfortunately, down here in South Texas, we don't really have a lot of mom-and-pop pizza joints. We just don't. We have a lot of mom-and-pop Mexican restaurants, which are awesome, which are amazing. They're great, but why pizza, man? I don't know. I mean, I could order any other kind of food I want, but I kind of really want pizza. Let's see, local pizza joints. Well, I should put in joints. Local pizza places. Yeah, Domino's is actually all right. They're not bad. I mean, I've had some pretty terrible pizza, and that's the weird thing, is that even terrible pizza, you usually just eat it. Because you're like, well, it's pizza, man. Oh, there is Mesquite Street Pizza. Oh, they open at noon, though. Authentic New York Pizza. Actually, never heard of this. Get some Coney Island. We don't have that down here, dude. We do not have that. Oh, here we go. The 10 best pizza places in Corpus Christi via TripAdvisor. Authentic New York Pizza Company is listed. Grimaldi's. Oh, I didn't even know we had a Grimaldi's. B&J's Pizza. There isn't like a Padre Pizzeria and Gourmet. Mesquite Street. Brooklyn Pie Company. That looks disgusting. Ugh. They're showing a picture of this pizza. It looks gross. Here, I'll actually... Yeah, this doesn't look good. It just... Ugh, that looks ugly. It just looks nasty. What is that? Oh, is that pine? It looks like pineapple, sausage, olives. Oh, that's tomato. And then, oh, well, okay. I can't tell what that is because this looks like tomato. So you got tomato, you got onions, which that's already nasty. The black olives, I'm kind of indifferent about. Pineapple, I'm okay with. But I can't tell exactly what all this is. I just can't. But yeah, Mesquite Street Pizza. Maggie's Pizza and Deli. Island Italian Restaurant. Oh, wow. Look at that ravioli. Panjo's. I'm not crazy about their Pizza State. Never heard of them. House of Rock. Cece's. Ew. Why is that even on this list? Ugh. The opponent attacked into my Mecha Phantom Beast Mega Raptor. A double spike shield. Aw, that's mean. Yeah, that's mean. Even I don't run 3 spike shields in the duel room anymore. And like in all the decks, if I have a spike shield, I only have 1 now because that is a very tilty card. I mean, I love spike shield. I was one of the first to really put it out there and be like, haha, look at this card. But yeah, that even I agree. 3 spike shields in a duel room, that's just being mean. CC's done. Oh, here we go. We'll go to Chuck E. Cheese. CC's is on here twice. That's weird. Yeah, CC's is gross. That's really bad. Little Caesars. You know what the weird thing is? Interestingly enough, Peter Piper Pizza is actually not bad. They really aren't. I really like their crust for some reason. Counter to destroy hero stuff. Yeah. That's if you run into heroes. Like if you're running the ladder and you know you're going to face heroes, then I guess yeah. But nobody's playing heroes in the duel room. At least not my duel rooms. Anybody that comes into my duel rooms, they know better than to play masked heroes. 5 Guys. I'm not crazy about 5 Guys actually. We have a 5 Guys here. I am not crazy about it. The burger was okay. The fries were overcooked and salty as hell. I mean, they were really bad. It just, yeah. And if I pay that much, it was 15 bucks. Because I got a burger, I got some fries, and then I got a drink, of course. And yeah, for 15 bucks, I expected that food to be a lot better. Anyways, I'll think about this. We'll see. No, go away. No, not the view counter, the display. There we go. Well, D Heroes is fine. D Heroes I don't have a problem with. Like, I've seen some people use the Masked Hero cards, but in different ways. But yeah, like Mask Change... Like, even if I have run Mask Change before in the duel room, but here, I'll show you the deck that I ran it with. It was definitely not your regular, you know, Masked Hero Anki deck. It was not. Where is it?
You can count on me and my Vehicroids.
Was it this guy?
My heroes are ready to throw down.
Maybe it wasn't this guy. I think it was somebody else. Play against Masked Heroes. Yeah. Yeah, but it was a deck similar to this, and I just kind of threw in a Mask Change for the heck of it, and I wasn't even using Anki. I was using some of the other Masked Hero fusions. But hey, I'll use this deck. Let's play with... Oh, hold on. Did I... Oh, that's right. I did make a change with this deck. Hold on. I was changing something here. Wasn't I? Didn't I want to put in another monster? Oh, that's right. I was trying to get a hold of another woodsman so that I could take one of my traps out and stick in another woodsman. Heart of the Underdog. I played Heart of the Underdog back in the TCG. and it was actually not bad. Back then, it was amazing, because draw power, back in the old school TCG, was king. Things like Pot of Greed, Graceful Charities, Jar of Greeds, people ran tons of those. They loved playing them. Let's see, Dread Knight, Soul. Here, I'll play... Did I just play Dread? Or was it... I can't remember who I just played. I played somebody. Where's Dre? I don't even see Dre at a table. Come on, Dre. Bring your elemental heroes versus my elemental heroes. I know you have an E-hero deck. I know you do. Dre's like Bastion. He has a deck for every situation. Come on, I know you do, man. Alright, fine. I'll jump over. Let me see. Have you seen slash draw for... Oh, I've seen that too. Draw your entire deck turn 1. And deal 10,000 damage slash draw. Ugh. That's going to get banned. I can tell you right now that is going to get banned. Because I was around when they... I mean, heck, I was there the first time they did an emergency ban. Callum, what did he face you with? Did he face you with that alien deck he was running, or is it different? But yeah, that first emergency ban was Cyberstein.
Duel!
Like, Cyberstein came out in Dark... I think it was Dark Beginning 1 or Dark Beginning 2. Oh, you're not in the room. Oh, you're responding to his comment. Okay. Anyways, yeah, Cyberstein came out, and that first weekend was absolute hell. It was just hell. And by the next weekend, Cyberstein was banned. People were running 3 copies of that thing and just bringing out like 5-headed dragon and all kinds of weird stuff like that. I mean, it was interesting to see the whole game just go nuts like that. It was dirty, man. No. Magical Scientist was not an emergency ban. As far as I remember, I don't remember him being an emergency ban. But he did get banned. He did eventually get banned. He was around for a little while. I remember, because I used to use Scientist to bring out cards like Dark Balter, and there was a few others. But yeah, there was a handful of cards like that. Let me see. What is this one? Okay. But yeah, I used Scientist for a little bit. Yeah, you got lucky, man. I was actually about ready to log off. I was like, dude, I'm hungry. Oh, that's a mistake, dude. Don't put it on my big shield. Ah, no. Oh, dude, that was not good. Bad, bad, bad. DD Tower's your favorite. Ooh. Well, there are a lot of gems. This event has a ton of gems in it. You hate DD Tower. The one event that I don't like was the Beast Island thing. That island event. It just did not like me. It didn't give me anything at all. I was struggling through that entire event. Super heavy samurai. Ooh, are you serious? Oh, the DD invaders. Those are a little annoying. And this deck is not drawing what I need it to. Now I can't even remember what I put down. And if I did put something down there, do I really want to... I mean, I'm not... I mean, this is a really terrible deck at this point anyway. This is not going to win versus aliens. I didn't realize I was facing the person who is running aliens. So right now I'm just like, do I even want to continue? Because it doesn't make any sense to continue. Because at this point, only one card can really help me. And I don't think I'll draw it. Actually, I did. Yeah, it's kind of pointless to continue. This deck is not... It's just simply not on the same level as aliens. This deck's not going to win versus that. Anyone want to play you in the duel room? No! Hold on, I'm going to go and search for something different now. Let me see. What other deck can I use? Yeah, because that deck versus aliens, that's not going to work. Well, think of it, Tyler. You saw... Well, first off, you saw the deck that I was running. Okay? You saw exactly what I was running. And two, do you really think that deck is gonna be competitive versus an alien deck? Really, Tyler? Really? Come on. Like I said, these are not competitive decks. They're not. Especially that one. That one I haven't updated in so long.
Nothing will save you from humiliation.
Do you even know what that means, Blescobar? Who has the best record in the NFL? The Rams, I believe. I think it's the Rams. I think they only have 2 losses. And then after them, I believe it's a tie between the Chiefs and the Chargers. And I don't remember what the Patriots record is, but they have a really good one too. Oh, and the Saints. Saints have a good record, yeah. Hey, Avi. I think the Saints are only have 2 losses as well. I'd have to look. Let me see. ESPN. Oops, too many S's. Oh, wow, I completely forgot. There's NFL today. But the only problem is it's on the NFL Network. So if you don't have the NFL Network, you can't watch them. The 2 games, Houston versus the New York Jets and Cleveland versus Denver. Both on the NFL Network. What's this about China banhammering in Fortnite? Oh, you missed all that. Yeah, apparently China is cracking down on certain games that they think have offensive content. and some of them just got warnings that they needed to change things, and others were like, okay, you know, you're probably going to get banned. And Fortnite was one of them. Fortnite and PUBG were the two biggest titles that apparently are going to get banned. That's what at least that's what this post is saying. It's a Reddit post that was found over on a Chinese forum, and they translated it. I mean, don't get me wrong, PUBG and Fortnite, they're not going anywhere. They just, apparently, according to this post, will not be able to have their game available for sale or anything, or purchase over in China. I mean, it's actually not very unusual for games to be banned in certain places. Like Grand Theft Auto 5, that was banned in several countries. It's just that you don't hear that sort of news, really. Mostly because Grand Theft Auto 5 was so ridiculously successful anyway. But yeah, I'll actually share the link in case you want to take a look at it. Again, this is a link to a Reddit post. And apparently they're saying... Actually, I have the link to the original post too. The only bad thing is that link goes to a Chinese website. So... unless you can either speak Chinese or you use the Google Chrome translator, which is actually not bad, then you won't be able to really see anything. But here's the link. I don't think... Let me see. Come on now, YouTube. Let me post a link. No! I was doing something wrong. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's the link to the Reddit post, in case you're interested. Oh, but let me go back to the game. Let's see. We're going to spin the wheel here again. I don't know what deck they have.
You are in for a shock.
Oh, I know what it is.
Paradox.
Bestest friend. Thank you, Star. I appreciate that. Appreciate the support. What's new in Yu-Gi-Oh! Downloads? The DD event, the DD Light event's on today. Or it started yesterday, I think. But I think I know what deck this is. But I guess whoever faces it, you're going to find out. But I'm pretty sure this is not a meta deck. And, man, come on, man. It's the same three guys. Same three guys. Let me grab that room number again. I politely agree with Blight on that whole thing about the new mini box being terrible. It's actually not. I think, that's my opinion, but I think it's actually pretty good. Well, okay, I'll say this. The ultra rares and most of the super rares are actually, at the very least, useful. In fact, I'll kind of prove my point here in a way. But again, it's, you know, different play styles, different ideas on how to use the cards. That's why some people think it's not very good. I think it's pretty good. But yeah, if I'm just looking at these cards, I look at them and I think, okay, I could use every one of these cards. I already have 2 Junk Synchrons. I already have a deck planned for this. So just like that, 2 Synchrons, great. This card, I have 1 copy. I'm still working it into a deck, but it's a great card. I love it. It's a great, great card. Ancient Fairy is actually the least useful to me of the 3 ultra rares, but it's still not a bad card. It's okay. And as far as the super rares, 6-star, 2500 attacker with a nice effect, very useful. Trap Tricks, Atrax, she's awesome. Dianea is pretty good. Not as good as Atrax, but still pretty good. Trident Warrior, I think, is pretty good too, because of that special summon. This guy, you've already seen him used today. He's awesome. I love this card. It's a great card. It's probably, I would say, arguably, at least for me, that's the best super rare of this box. Then we've got Gigantes. He's actually okay. He's not great, but he's okay. Gene Warp Warwolf, not bad again. A 2000 beat stick, Beast Warrior. You know, he's not terrible, but he's not great either. Verdant Sanctuary, I'm not crazy about this card, but it does have some uses. Trap Tricks, Trap Hole Nightmare. This card isn't good right now, but once we get more Trap Tricks support, which I imagine since they're making these all super rares. Oh, I'm sorry, this one. These 3 cards. Since we've already gotten into this box, I can almost guarantee you in the next couple of boxes, we hopefully will get more Trap Tricks support. And once we get enough of it, they're going to be good cards. Right now, this card's already pretty good. This one, it's still got a little while to go, but it's not a bad card. It's still pretty good. And this one, actually pretty good for insects. Pretty good deck. If you're running insect, or if you run Insectors, or just a standard insect deck with maybe like Metamorphosized Queen, it's a good card. That's what I was saying. The cards, they're not useless. They are not useless. They all have their, they all have their perks. Now, as far as the rares, it's kind of hit and miss. But the ultras and the supers, I think they're at least pretty good. And then, of course, the Apu's been haunting my dreams. But yeah, I mean, that's, again, like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I think the box is pretty good. It could have been worse. Now, if these were offered in a regular box, then I would have been like, nah, probably not. But the fact that they're in a 100-pack box makes it better. Where is there blood and gore in Fortnite? Turner, I asked the exact same thing. Admittedly, I've only played about an hour of Fortnite, and I didn't like it, but I don't remember seeing blood. And there's definitely not gore. It's a very cartoony kind of game. I don't think it is, because in most cases, if they can get away with it, game developers will use the same version everywhere, unless they specifically tailor it to a market where they know they're going to make a ton of money. And China is one of those markets. It depends on what they think, man. Like, PUBG does have some blood. Fortnite? I don't know. But the other thing they said about Fortnite was, wasn't it, I gotta go look again. Didn't they say something about revealing clothing? Hold on. Oh, vulgar content. There we go. Yeah, Fortnite vulgar content. So the only thing I can think of is that maybe they think some of those silly dances are offensive. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't remember seeing blood and gore in Fortnite, but the only thing I can think they're really pushing is the vulgar content. That's it. But yeah, if you weren't here earlier, we had a discussion. The first half hour of the show was just us talking about this. And the one thing I pointed out specifically, well, at least that, affected my case, was World of Warcraft. And I know for a fact that World of Warcraft does have a different version of the game for China specifically because of stuff like this. You'd better go now. All right, see ya, Blight. Thanks for coming by. I think I'll post this link over on the forums too, just in case anybody else wants to talk about it, because it is an interesting, it's definitely an interesting topic. Inharmonious. Well, yes, Turner, yes. And the reason they say inharmonious is because there are certain topics and certain words that China just does not like to see. And the way that China runs the internet over there, they are extremely... not just trollers. Not just trollers. Like, I can tell you right now, if you were in China and you logged onto a game and you typed in something into chat like Tiananmen Square, they would immediately cut your internet off. Immediately. Not even playing around. You wouldn't get a warning or nothing. They would immediately cut your internet, and you'd probably get visited by some authorities. They do not like people talking about that stuff there. They don't. If, in case you all don't know what Tiananmen Square is, go Google it. And you'll see exactly why the Chinese government does not like people talking about it. Yeah, in the US, you can talk about pretty much anything. We have our own standards over here. D. Turner hit 1,003 subs. Already? I was going to say, already? He only had like 100 the other day, didn't it? Something like that. It's like, dang, dude, who did you pay? Is it their Muslim? There's a lot of stuff over in China that they just... Because let's be real honest. Yeah, the USA, we're not perfect. we're definitely not perfect. But we don't go getting our internet cut off because we talk about the bad things that we've done. That doesn't... I mean, as far as I know, like for me, it's never happened to me. It's never happened to anybody I know. But in China, you bring up stuff like that and they, like I said, they will snipe you. And not even necessarily kill you, but they will take you away and they will stick you in a camp. Like, there was a story back in maybe June, July, where the most popular actress from China, she was basically just taken from her home and stuck in a camp for 2 months. Because, one, because they claimed it was because she had lied about the types of income she was getting and how much she was getting paid. But we also know it's because of the certain types of clothing she would wear, and also because she was a little, you know, she wasn't on the same page as the Chinese government. And they did not like that. And I think that one of the biggest reasons why her story matters that much more is because that right there tells you that they don't care how much money you have. They don't care how famous you are. They don't care about any of that stuff. If you talk bad about the Chinese government, they will stick you in a camp. They will stick you in jail. And I think that's the message that they really wanted to get across. And it got across too. That's why nobody, you know, that's why nobody says anything bad about the Chinese government over there. Because everybody's afraid of them. It's not, I mean, for a long time they were a communist nation. They're not exactly communist anymore, but they're about as close to it as you can get without actually being it. Chinese people are not tasty. I've not eaten. If you're eating Chinese people, dude, you really should stop that. But yeah, China is a really... The people are fine. Seriously, the people, your average Joes there, well, they're not called Joes. But your average everyday person in China, they're fine. They're actually decent people. Most of them. Most of them are decent people. But it's the government. Yep, it is the government. That government is just... Man, it's yeah. Like if I visited China, I'm pretty certain I would get thrown out the first day. They'd be like, get out and don't ever come back. Yeah, that government's kind of nasty. They're not as bad as North Korea, but they are pretty bad.
A team like no other.
We are the Paradox Brothers.
The Paradox Brothers. Yeah. Yeah, that is a dead duel room. There's a lot of weird stuff that have been going on with the population over in China. They've got 1 billion people easy. For a while, they had the one-child program. I don't know if you're aware of what that is. But for couples that got married and wanted to have children, the whole idea was they wanted you to have only one child. And their promise to that couple and to that child was, if you have just one single kid, we will put your kid through school. We will put them through college. We'll make sure they get a good job. All the good stuff. That was the one-child policy they had for a long time. And any other child after that, like if you had a second or third or fourth child, they would not help those children at all. They wouldn't be eligible for any sort of assistance, be it financial or medical or anything like that. So yeah, if you stuck with one kid, you were fine. But if you had more, you're on your own. Yeah, they stopped doing the one-child thing a while back, though. But I remember I was in school and I learned about it. But not only that, what they would do with unwanted children, especially girls, they would do this a lot with girls, is, and this is going to be kind of harsh, but they would pretty much kill them. They would kill female babies, pretty much. And they would do it in all sorts of ways. Sometimes they would just drown them. I heard of a method where they would get needles, like these really long needles, and stick them through their brains. Because, of course, a child, a baby, their skull isn't fully formed. There's still a lot of soft tissue there. So they would get these pins and push them through their brains to try and kill them. It was insanity there, man. That's why for a while it was like a real popular thing to adopt babies from China, because there was a lot of unwanted children. But yeah, that's not unusual. That sort of stuff happened there. And again, like I said, I mean, obviously I've not lived in China, so I don't know how good or bad it was there for, you know, whatever period of time. So I'm not judging those people, but it was
Let's see you get past this.
it was pretty harsh there for a while. I mean, it's still pretty bad actually, but it was really bad for a while. Like that whole Tiananmen Square thing. Again, if you've never heard of it, if you've never read any stories on it or watched any movies or documentaries on it, you really should. Not just because I'm trying to say, hey, go learn about, you know. It's one of those. It kind of goes. Let me see. What's the word? What's the? Stop! Shut up, Maroon. Maroon, he's not. Just in case you're worried, Maroon's not being serious. Shut up, Maroon. We all know that Trump is a big nerd. Well, actually, no, that's a compliment. Trump is a big something else that rhymes with nerd. No, he's not a bird. He's not a good person. We'll just leave it at that. But hey, at least I know if I say something mean about Trump, like on a stream, like right now, like if I call him a jackass, I know I'm not gonna have, you know, the secret police come banging on my door and take me away. In China, that'd be something different. If you're in China and you say something negative about the president, you will get a visit from authorities and they will probably come and take you away. Same thing with Putin. I mean, come on, let's be honest here. All those journalists who have said negative things about Putin, they suddenly turn up dead from an accident, in quotes. I'm putting my little air quote fingers up. And Putin, when he's asked about those journalists, he's like, oh, it's a tragic accident. Hopefully people can learn from that. That's his way of saying, if you keep screwing with me, we will kill you too. It's true. They do that stuff, man. Now, if an American president ever did that, he'd end up in jail, career would be over. Secret Service shows up. No, the only thing you can't do as far as that is you can't make threats against the president. You can't do that. Because if you do that, then you actually will get at least a phone call from the Secret Service. That's the one thing you can't do. And I mean, because, I mean, they have to take those threats seriously. They really do. Because it only takes one crazy guy, you know, and it could be that one crazy guy that they ignored if they didn't at least look into those things. It's dangerous to be a journalist in this day. Oh, heck yeah, it is. I mean, it's kind of always been dangerous. Like, since journalism really, you know, especially investigative journalism. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with Woodward and Bernstein. They are the guys that broke the Watergate story. They played a hand in the downfall of Richard Nixon, who was our old president. And yeah, I mean, while they were, you know, doing their investigation, they were meeting with, you know, people who wanted to be off the record, and people who worked for the government, and people who had secret documents and recordings. And at one point, both of them were fairly certain, not only that they were being followed, either by CIA agents or somebody that worked for Nixon, but they even thought at some point that they may actually try to kill them because they were that much of a threat. So yeah, that kind of stuff can happen. In the States, it can happen. It just, you know, I think somewhere along the line we just kind of, you know, people sort of back away from that. Whereas in certain other countries like Russia, Putin, he's ex-KGB, dude. He doesn't care, man. He'll kill you. He really doesn't. Because the whole time he's thinking to himself, who's going to put me in jail? Because he has all the right people in his pocket. I mean, judges, police, everybody over there, they're all in his pocket. So nobody's going to put him in jail. Same thing with China. Nobody's going to put the president of China in jail. They're not going to do that. But anyway. Now, do you see why I thought about doing the political show for so long? But yeah, I put that thing aside. That was going to freak me out. Because you should not go that many days and keep KGB open. Yeah, right. Oh, speaking of KGB and secret police, there was a story on CNN? I think CNN or Reuters. I think it was Reuters, maybe. But back prior to 1990, when it was still East Germany and West Germany, it was always thought that Putin, I mean, they knew he worked for the KGB. That's no secret. But they always thought that he was part of the secret police based in Germany. Turns out it was 100% true because they found his paperwork in some old archives over in Germany. In this story, they say that they found his identification card, and sure enough, it was him. It had his name, and his picture, everything. So yes, he did work in Eastern Germany for the secret police there for a time back in the 1980s. He was the guy that would disappear people, you know. Because at the time, there were people who would, you know, risk their lives to get over to Western Germany. Because they did not like living under Russian rule, Soviet rule. Then there's North Korea brainwashing their own people. I think the people in North Korea, at least some of them, have grown wise to what's going on. But I think the whole thing with North Korea is... use a quick play spell. Whatever. The thing with North Korea is it's sort of similar. Like all of the generals and all of the richer people that have it good over in North Korea. Kim Jong-un, he has. I mean, as long as Kim Jong-un is in power, they know that their lives are set. They know they'll never go hungry. They'll never have to worry about being those people that you see out in the fields gathering grass to eat. And they just figure, well, you know, it could be a lot worse. Because it could be. At least they're not out there eating grass. I feel bad for those people. I saw a video of a woman. Somebody was talking to her. She was all filthy and dirty, and she was out there gathering grass, and they talked to her, and they're like, this was an outsider, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Gathering grass." And he asks her, he's like, "Do you sell that? What do you do?" And she's like, "I sell it and I eat it." And she looked, I mean, this woman looked horrible. I mean, she was so freaking thin and small. And the guy's like, "How old are you?" And she's like, 24. The girl looked like she was 12. It was heartbreaking, man. Let me see. If you even call the fat guy, you will get sent to a concert. Oh, if you call him the fat guy? Oh, yeah. People still think that he can talk to dolphins. I don't think that's real. I think that was something that was made up for that movie that had Seth Rogen and James Franco in it. I think the dolphin thing was... But they did make up a lot of other stuff that was true, sort of. Like, what was that one thing? Something about Kim. I can't even say his name anymore. Kim Jong-un, his father, or his grandfather. I'm sorry. Well, his father or his grandfather. Apparently, in golf, he shot a 37, which is impossible. Apparently, they said he got something like 13 holes in one. Just stupid stuff like that just makes me laugh at them so much. I'm like, really? If you're gonna make up some stuff, you're gonna make it up about golf? Come on. At least make it believable. Before you know it, they're gonna come out and be like, yeah, we invented computers. It's like, come on, man. Really? You invented computers? A unicorn nest? Yeah, they found a unicorn nest. Ew, lightning blade. Hey, a pack of something. Oh, God, what is that? Ally of Justice, Rudra. This card battles a light monster against 7. Oh, God, that's terrible. That is such a junk monster. It's a 5-star. I mean, if it was 4-star, it wouldn't be terrible. But it's 5-star. What a terrible monster. What a crap pack. It doesn't even give you a list of what could be in the pack. It's crap. I just want these 40 gems so I can open a pack. Come on, why can't I? Oh, I gotta dual both of these guys. They found cheese for Moni. Moni has his own cheese. Moni makes cheese. They call him... Oh, speaking of cheese, that's one of Kim Jong-un's big things. He loves cheese. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was it Swiss cheese that he really likes? I forget, but apparently just on alcohol and cheese, the dude spent something like $3 million in 1 year. On alcohol, and this is just for him. Really, this is just for him. $3 million on alcohol and cheese. The dude, his people are eating grass. And the guy spends $3 million on alcohol and cheese. Just, really? That's when you know your leader just does not give a... Yeah. It's so terrible. I feel so bad for those people. The only way it's going to get better, I mean, I hate to say it, but the only way it's going to get better is you got to kill the guy. You got to get him out of there. I think if you get him out of there, enough resistance will spring up to where people will say, okay, we're not going to let this happen again. There may be a little bit of a battle there, you know, with some of the military that are loyal to him. But I think it will eventually get better. Because you need to get somebody in there who's not a complete and total douchebag. Heck, man, we need to get Dre in there. We need to send Dre over to North Korea so that he can be the new leader. He'll teach them all how to rap. And then he'll be like, I don't know which is worse, North Korea or Detroit. Dre's not even in the stream. He's put a message to him. Where are you, Dre? Okay, get rid of that. South Korea president. Well, unification might be a little hard, simply because, as it is right now, South Korea is actually pretty good as far as their stability. Of course, the U.S. has a lot to do with that, but them on their own, they're actually doing pretty darn good. So to immediately try to repatriate those people and to make it a single country again, you're going to find pockets of resistance of people who have, in fact, been brainwashed. And so there's going to be problems with that. I mean, if you repatriate and unify the country again, it would take some time. It wouldn't be just kind of like how it was with West and East Germany. The reason why West and East Germany worked as quickly as it did is because even all the East Germans, they were like, okay, this is crap. We do not want this anymore. They were ready for repatriation. They were 100% behind it. Whereas in North Korea, there are a lot of people, like I said, that are still loyal to Kim Jong Un, and so that may not work. Because again, you're talking about people who have it good. You know, people who have, you know, who, again, in North Korea, good is it's kind of subjective, I guess. But yeah, you're talking about people who they're loyal to him, and so they get showered with money, they get showered with cars and a nice house, and they've got a good job. And if you suddenly take all that away from them, they're gonna be pissed. So who knows? Let me see. Where is Dre? At Dre. Where? Needs to happen after a while. Yeah. But see, the thing is, if you don't immediately install some sort of government almost immediately after Kim's death, then people have a chance to, you know, kind of make the history up on their own. Oh man, I died. I didn't realize that. Oh well, no more DD for me. Sounds bad. Come on, give me something good. It's a bunch of crap. Anyway. YouTube taking your likes away. It only lets you do 1 like per account. So even if you know, like and then refresh and then like again, and it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't do that. But yeah, Dre, you're the new leader of North Korea. When Kim Jong-un is finally gone, we're going to install you as the new leader. Oh, we hope you don't mind. Just don't go around telling stories about how you know, got 13 holes in one round of golf. He's like, I leave for 5 minutes, and I come back and I'm the leader of North Korea. President of Detroit. Oh man. We need to send Dre to Flint. Seriously. Dre needs to go to Flint, Michigan, so he can go and beat the hell out of whoever still hasn't fixed the water. No cow eyeballs dish. Actually, he could probably get it. What is Kwame Kilpatrick? Is that like a rapper? What is that? I sincerely don't know who that is. Oh, wait, isn't that a basketball player? That's a basketball player, right? Oh, now Benia shows up. You missed everything, Benia. He's like, shut up, man, I was at work. Yeah, man, we had some amazing conversations earlier. Why Dre is now Dre TV? Because he started his own TV network. He's even got a morning show called Dre Day. Seriously, he's got. We should do that, Dre. You should go and make a show, having call it like almost like a parody of your standard morning shows, and just call it Dre Day. You know how like there's like the Today Show and stuff like that. We're gonna call yours Dre Day. And then Dr. Dre, the rap producer, is gonna come around saying, "Dude, what you doing calling your show Dre Day? Everybody know my song is Dre Day." He's like, "Yeah, well, you got a song and I got a show." He's a cool streamer, but he's not. Well, Dre said that he wanted to try streaming, and then he saw how much work was involved, and he's like, dude, I don't blame him too, man. Because if you try to do streaming and it's just like a hobby or a slight interest for you, and you see how much work actually goes into it, it probably turns a lot of people off from it. Because it can be a lot of work. Oh, so I can get 30 and then go get my 1 pack where I won't get anything? Oh, speaking of which, I wanted to. I mentioned it in another video, or yeah, another stream. How I thought it was kind of unfair the way that they did the packs here in Duel Links, because every single time I have finished a box, the very last pack has always been a super rare or an ultra rare, which is completely unfair because it skews the odds of you getting a super rare or an ultra rare throughout the rest of the box in a negative way. And I have, I think, 17 packs left? 14 packs. Okay, so I've got 14 packs left, and I've got 2 super rares and 1 ultra rare. So we know for a fact, or at least I know for a fact, the very last pack is going to have one of these cards. I imagine it's going to be this one. But again, you know, I forget who it was. Somebody else was in here and they were like, no, that's not how it works. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you. I don't care about Selection Box Volume 2. I actually want this card. And look how close I am. 14 packs. I'm going to finish the box. But yeah, that box is almost done. There's one other box I think I was almost done with. Was it this one? No, not that one. Yeah, I heard about the new structure deck too. I don't care about that one either. I think it was maybe this one. No, this isn't it. That one I just reset. But to answer that question as far as that being reset, yes. The last pack I bought out of this one was something I didn't need. But one of these boxes, where is it? Maybe it's this one? There's another box I have here where I don't have very many packs. Even less than that. Yeah, I think there's one more box in here somewhere where I have like maybe 15 packs left. I just don't remember which one it is. It's about, oh, there it is. Yeah, this one, 12 packs. And the only reason I haven't reset, because again, look, 12 packs, Swordsman, Monarch, and Dristan. And I'm telling you, the very last pack is going to be a super ultra rare. There is absolutely zero chance that I open only 11 packs and get these 3 final cards. There is absolutely zero chance. I am willing to bet actual money. I will bet $20 that if and when I get through this box, the very last pack is going to have probably this one, maybe one of these. But I will not get all 3 of these before I finish the box. It's just not going to happen. Blame Dre for Detroit's corruption. Kilpatrick was the mafia mayor of Detroit. He took millions from the city and got caught and got over 20 years in jail. Ooh. Well, at least he got caught, at the very least. Now that Chop is here, we can talk about his tournament. So Chop is going to have a tournament. It's called the Super Ultra Mega Chicken Tournament. And from what I understand, you can only use super rares. Is that right, Chop? Chop's like, huh? What is this, an interview? Yes, Chop, it's an interview. There you go. So yes, Chop has now confirmed that is called the Super Ultra Mega Chicken Tournament. So, yeah, if you've not signed up for Chop's tournament, go get signed up. Because it's bound to be a hoot. Choppa chopping through the competition. He's the grass chopper. Like the card. I completely forgot about the loaner deck stuff. Look, loaner deck stuff offers gems too. I completely forgot about it. You can do that daily, and then you get all these. Most of these I've not even gone through. Sylvan's Rampage. Let's do this. Get 30 gems. But you gotta remember, guys, it's a super rare only tournament. Can't use rares, can't use normals, can't use ultras. So it's only super rares. I mean, obviously, super rare still has a lot of really good cards.
Duel.
Yeah. Oh man, he pumped that sucker up hardcore. Ooh, I'm not familiar with this card. I've seen it, I just don't use it. When this card's almost, you can excavate the top card of your deck, contact monster, otherwise place in the bottom of your deck. No. Dang, I did not want to start with 2 Martial Leaf in my hand. Giga plant. Special summon one insect. Dang. Well, all I can do is put the mushroom down. Cash prize? What is it, like 20 bucks? You pay with your soul. Okay. I'm going 5 because I don't even know what's in this deck. Ooh, mushroom, good. Core. Rose lover. Giga plant. 2 dark cores, that's interesting. So I guess I'm gonna dump that for now. $100 million. $250? That's amazing, man. The only tournament you have to worry about Wall of D. You do have to worry or you don't? Wall of D, yeah, Wall of D's super, isn't it? It's super rare. So you know everybody's gonna be playing 3 Wall of D. Yes, the entire deck has to be super rare. Even, as far as I understand, even the extra deck. Extra deck also has to be super rare. Unless Chop has a different idea about that. Excuse me. Yeah, Dre want to donate 250 bucks. Yeah, Dre, if you donate 250, that will be the prize pool. Side decks are no limit. Ah, forget it then. Okay. Chop says the whole deck has to be super rare. Extra deck can be of any rarity. Ah. I don't like that. Yeah, Masked Heroes. It opens up Masked Heroes. To a certain extent. Because not all the regular stuff that you would see in a Masked Hero deck is super rare. Yeah. But wait, Anki's an ultra rare. So you wouldn't even be able to run Anki. But Mask Change is a super rare, so you could run 3 of them. Yeah, Anki's the big one, so you wouldn't even be able to run that. Oh, your Karibo evolved. I had a hard time picking what I wanted. I don't even remember what I got. I really don't. I'm trying to think. What did I get with that Karibo ticket? I think I got a monster, didn't I? And I did it on stream, too. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Chop. Masked Hero, you can't use Anki, but there are other Masked Heroes that are pretty good for Mask Change. So you're going to see a lot of Mask Change decks. That's what I would imagine. In fact, here, after I do this, let's go take a quick look. Let's go into the card catalog. Oh, that's right, I did pick for Rainbow Dragon. You're right. Thank you, Moni. So we'll go into the card catalog. And we're only going with super rare cards. Let's see. Let's do Hero. That's a bit too broad, probably. Oh, I can filter by rarity, can't I? No, just that. I don't want that. Well, that stinks. I can't filter by rarity. Type, newest, number owned, rarity, release date. Well, here's rarity. So let's see. Can't use Witch Raider, can't use Anki. Let me just do the super rares here. Well, actually, there aren't very many. Yeah, because these are the super rare fusions. And none of these are mask. Okay. Huh. So maybe it will be okay. Oh, that's true, yeah, Anki can be using... Well, see, that's why I was kind of like, eh. Because, yeah, if you're allowing no limit to the extra deck, then yeah, you are going to run into a lot of masked heroes. Ew. Yeah, I know, Turner. It took me a moment to remember that. So yeah, so apparently Anki is available, which sucks. But the monsters... Decider, you can run 3 of those. Let's see what else we got here. So you can run your Deciders. You can't run Drills, so Drill is unavailable. But there are plenty of other hero cards that you can use. Let's see, Blade Master. Yeah, some of these I don't really care for, but... Blazeman. Actually, he's not too bad with mask change. Because you can bring out that, that other monster. Amazoness without Princess. I don't know about Amazons. What's the... Let me see. Well, let's see. All the super rares, so you can run Queen, you could run Swordswoman, you could run Sage, and you could run the Tiger. The big tiger, not the little tiger. So you have a decent selection of monsters to choose from. Not perfect, but it's decent. So no Princess. And, well, most people don't run the Paladin anyway. But yeah, Queen, Swordswoman, and Sage. I think Sage would be pretty good, pretty decent backfield control. As far as spells and traps... oh yeah, you can run Heirloom. There you go. That Heirloom is going to be a pain in the butt for some people. And let's see. Queen's Pawn. Oh, well, you got the Willpower. You could run Willpowers. Archers I've never run, but it seems like it'd be okay. But yeah, you could throw together a decent Amazon deck. I don't know if it would win, but some cards are available. Yeah, I don't think it's amazing, but it's doable. I'll say that. Especially if you have 3 of these. If you got 3 Heirlooms, yeah. You can still like a boss with Amazons. Well, the thing is, stall only works up to a certain, you know, to a certain point. At some point, you have to have a win condition. Activate only when an Amazon's monster you control destroys an opponent's monster by battle into the graveyard. Summon 1 level 4 or lower Amazon's monster from your deck. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, you could throw in a Queen's Pawn. So there you go. You would run 3 Swordswomen, I imagine. You'd run the 1 Queen that we all have. Probably run 3 Heirlooms. A couple of these at least. I've only got 1, but I imagine you'd run at least a couple of these. Archers, I don't know. This one I'd run a Queen's Pawn. The trainee, let me see. Monsters destroyed by battle with this card are returned to the bottom of the deck instead of going to the graveyard. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, it gains turn attack. That's actually not terrible. And then, of course, the Sage is useful. And then the other stuff you would throw in there would be the 3 Wall of D's. Super Rush is a super rare. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That would be the whole deck. You'd get your 3 Wall of D's. You'd run 2 of these. 2 of these if you have them. 3 of these. At least 1 of these. Maybe a couple of these. 1 of these. 3 of these. That's pretty much the deck. And then maybe a Tiger if you wanted. Yeah, and run it with Holy Guard. That's what I used to run on my old Amazon deck. Run it with Holy Guard. But of course you can't use the Onslaught. The Onslaught would be out. And Princess would be out too. Oh, am I? Is that a bad thing, Dre? I don't get it, Dre. Is that supposed to be a bad thing? Am I not supposed to help people build decks? Oh, so I'm not supposed to help you. Thanks, man. Well, let me think. What else would be super rare? Oh, no. I was thinking a UA deck, but no. Midfielder is an ultra rare. And without Midfielder, that deck is just terrible. Stink. I don't think enough of the Roids. What is this? Psych Raid. Oh, I should put Roid, not Roids. Okay, let's see. Of the Roid monsters. Oh, wow, that's actually not bad. Look. You've got Steamroid. You got the Gyroid, the Droroid. I've never played with him, but he's okay. You've also got the Vehicroid Zones thingy. Oh, look at that. And Submarine Roid. You could actually probably throw together a decent Roid deck if you wanted to. All UAs are rares. Yeah, but the midfielder. That's the big thing. The midfielder, I don't want to say... Well, maybe he is kind of the linchpin. Because without midfielder, I mean, you could still try the deck, but it's not nearly as consistent without midfielder. And midfielder, if I remember correctly, is an ultra rare. I have one. Let me see. Come on, search. Okay. Really? Is that all of them? Oh, well, that's true. A lot of them see field. UA. Yeah, he's an ultra rare. But the rest of these guys, I mean, because look, they're all, they're all rares. But I see what you're saying, how the rest of the cards are going to hit. Because there's only 2 super rares. 6 Sams are mostly rares. Let me think, what's another deck type? What about the... Oh, what am I thinking? Well, what about vampires? I'm not terribly familiar with the... Ain't no more deck types. Dre's like, stop telling everybody! Yeah, I figure you're going to see a lot of aliens. Spelled that wrong. I have no C stealth attacks. But yeah, C stealth attack simply because it's a super rare. Yeah, but you're going to see a lot of alien decks. Lots and lots of alien decks in this tournament, Benia. Lots of them. Like every deck. All of them. Cyberdark. Oh, heck yeah. Look at that. Ugh. Oh, that's the whole deck. Look at that. Oh yeah, Cyberdarks for sure, dude. Look at this. Yep. Well, there you go. There you go, Chop. Half of the people you face are gonna be running Cyberdarks. There you go. So, question answered. How many people we got in this tournament? 36. How many different deck types? 2. Really? Just 2? Yeah. There's 35 people playing Cyberdark, and then there's that one guy playing Amazons. Who do you think's gonna win? Probably Cyberdarks. But seriously, dude, Cyberdarks. Holy crap, man. Seriously, because Cyberdark by itself is a good deck. So, yeah, I mean, because again, since you have no limit on the extra deck, yeah, that's gonna be dirty, man. That's gonna be real dirty because you just run all of those, and then for your traps and spells, it's just your standard stuff like Wall of D's, Super Rush. Is there another big trap that's only super rare? No, Treacherous. No, not Treacherous. Treacherous is ultra rare. Let me think. Let's go to popular cards. Let me. No. Boojins have a lot of super rares. That they do. Yeah, Walls. Oh, that's right. Enemy Controller is only super rare. Oh, Treacherous is a super rare. Oh, look at that. So these are the cards you're basically going to see. You're going to see Treacherous Trap Hole. You're going to see Controllers. You're going to see Walls. Let's see, what else could you possibly see here? Oh, that thing's only a super rare. Oh, you're going to see Trunade. You might see some Mass Change. Let's see. Yeah, that's a possibility. Oh, Chalice. If Dre's in it, he's going to run this card. No matter what deck he runs, he's going to run Snowmania. But yeah, there's your Super Rush. We already saw that come in. Maybe a Birthright. Maybe some Birthright decks with... Try to get some normal monsters in there. I don't see any normals, though. There you go. That's who you're getting. Oh, there's a Vampire. So let's see. Yeah, Vampire Kingdom. Well, some of the vampires... Oh, but this guy. People really like running the Skull, though. But these are some other cards that run with the Vampires. Yeah. There you go. Anti-Magic Arrows. No rarity extra deck. Have fun. Yeah, Gazuki's another one of those that you would want to run in Vampires. Yeah, Vampires are not going to be effective. Because you only got these. And then I think the other ones... What is it? Vampire Vamp or whatever her name is? Isn't she like a rare? Dre, run Cyberdarks, man. Seriously, run Cyberdarks, dude. We obviously saw that every single Cyberdark card is pretty much available. All the important ones. All the monsters are playable. So, I'd do it. If I were available, I'd probably do it. But I'm not really in tournaments. That and I'm not going to be around tomorrow. But do it, dude. Run Cyberdarks. I really think it's a... If you're going to run it, just run it. And Dre's like, no, because now everybody else is going to run Cyberdarks. You never know. You hate mirror matches. Well, I mean, you really don't have a lot of other options, dude. I mean, if you want to have a chance at winning, I would... If I had to choose a deck right now, I'd probably do Cyberdarks. Simply because pretty much all of the important monsters are all super rare. And then you've got that one spell card that is super rare and it's useful. And then the extra deck doesn't matter, so you can get both of those monsters out. Or if you wanted to have a little fun with it, you could... let me do this. Let me do... Hold on, what am I looking for? Filter. Okay. What is this? What is going... Oh, I did spells and traps, I'm sorry. Oh. You could just kind of throw a tuner in there. I'm sure there's a super rare tuner in here somewhere. There you go. A Dracunity tuner. Oh no, here, dude, Delta Flyer. There you go. If you want to throw in a tuner, and you can adjust the levels. Especially in Cyberdarks. Aren't most Cyberdarks 4-star? Yeah, because if most of your Cyberdarks are 4 stars, and then you bring out the Delta, and you can use its effect to pump up your other monster to a 5-star, bring out Stardust Dragon. Shut up, Dre. But yeah, look at this thing, dude. I've been telling you, man. Well, maybe this one too. I would probably go with Delta Flyer, though. I like him. He's very, very useful. So there you go. Delta Flyer into the Cyberdark deck for fun. Throw a tuner in there so you could easily bring out a Stardust Dragon. Or if you have a 7-star monster, you can bring that sucker out too. And let me see, the Cyberdarks, there's also, aren't there 3-star Cyberdark monsters too? Because then you'd be able to bring out a 6-star. So, and there's a handful of really good 6-star Synchro monsters. So you would basically have your 2 Cyberdark fusion monsters. And then for Synchro, if you decided to go Synchro, this is completely up to you. If you decided to go Synchro, then you could possibly throw in the Delta Flyer and get out cards like Stardust. Ancient Fairy Dragon if you wanted. And there's at least one other really good Synchro that I'm not thinking of. Huh. Can't think of the other Synchro monster. But basically, any really good 6-star Synchro monster would be something you could kind of toss in there. And there's also this guy too. This guy's pretty handy. Oh, Lang Lang, yeah, I've seen people running that too. But as far as Synchros, yeah, Stardust Dragon, this guy maybe, and then maybe that one other dude that I run a lot of. This guy. I like him. 6-star, but he keeps pumping himself up, and he's got piercing. So there you go. And Dre's still like, dude, shut up, man. Dre runs, dude, if Dre should run, if you don't run Cyberdarks, then go with SSA. Go with SSA, man. I'm sure you could put together a decent SSA deck. Or put together, well, no, I was thinking Cloudian, that Cloudian deck you have, but those are mostly rares, aren't they? Let's see, Cloudian. Yeah, those are mostly rares. Yep, no super rares and Cloudians. Sorry, man. That is a dead deck idea. Wait a minute, I have an idea. Okay. What is the name of... Hold on, gotta be... Oh, she's a normal. Dang it. And that's one of the big cards for Aqua Actress. We think. I think someone said Bujin earlier. Well, I don't know, man. These like this is a rare. Okay, yeah, this is not good. There's only one super rare. So yeah, Bujin's not gonna work. See, Mermails. No, Mermails are not gonna work either. I think you really only have so many options when it comes to a theme deck for this type of tournament. So you may actually be better off going, instead of going with an archetype go with maybe something like maybe like a straight up warrior deck, something like that, or I don't know. Why, Dre? What is the deal? Do you want me to send you a secret idea? I can send you the secret idea deck. Shh, don't tell anybody. But this is the one that's gonna work. How do you know? I don't know. It might, but it might not. I'm really curious now. Let me see. Let me see how many spellcasters are super rare. Yeah, it's just an idea, not a great idea. It's just an idea. And I'll be real honest with you. There have been many times where I've not had very good ideas. We should get married. That was a bad idea. There you go, run spellbooks. I think there's only one super rare spellbook spell card. Getting married is a bad idea. It usually is. It usually is a bad idea. Ghost Trick. Well, there are a handful of super rare. Darn. But the fact that you can't bring out. Well, hold on. You got Chao Len. That's a good super rare. We've also got the skill Dark. He's okay, I guess. But you wouldn't really be able to use him the way you would want to, because of course he is attached to Dark Magician. What about Ice Barrier? Ice Barrier have a lot of super rares? I don't even know. Let's see. Legion Fiend. You got a handful of Gravekeepers. But only a handful. Yeah. I can't really think of anything else. And the rest of those are rares. And not enough Gishkis. Not enough Ghost Tricks. Yeah. Okay, so maybe Spellcasters wasn't a great idea. Maybe Warrior. Because Warriors, you can kind of just throw a handful of Warriors together and they usually still do alright. So let's see, what do we got for Warriors? Oh, you got your Jute Fighter, that's a solid card, and it's a tuner. You're not feeling this no more. Dude, just enter. Just remember last time you wanted to quit when you were facing, I think it was Steve you were facing in the final? You're like, no man, I'm just gonna quit, I can't beat him. And you beat him? But you only dueled him after me and like 3 other people were like, do it! Play him! Alright, so Warrior, yeah, Jute Fighter's good. Let's see. Nomadic Force is okay. Oh god, not beat. Dristan, level 5, Spicy Spy. That actually might not be a bad card for this. Because you know every single person you face is going to have an extra deck. You know it. And everything in the extra deck is going to have probably more than 2,000 attack. So that would be interesting to play. Yeah, Warriors are looking a little more promising. Oh, yeah, we got the Blade Knights. see what else. I love Blade Knight. I like Boxer too. He's actually pretty nice. He's a little bit better than people give him credit for. And then you've got Freed the Matchless General. There's also Freed the Brave Wanderer, I believe. Oh, no, wait, he's... Oh, he's not super rare, never mind. Darn it. There are some decent warrior cards. Look at that, even Sage, and even Amazon's Swordswoman. Again, warrior. Oh, no, there he is. There, Freed the Brave Wanderer. Oh, no, that's right. Never mind. I saw it so close. I was like, yeah, it's gotta be the same. But yeah, you've got Swordswomen. Whatever. You got Boxers. You got Blade Knights. You got Spicy Spy. You got the Queen if you want to just throw it in there, even though she's only going to affect herself and the other Amazons. You got the Jute Fighter. It's not an amazing deck, but you could probably try and do something with it. If Spike Shield with Chain was super rare, that'd be the charm. The Spike Shield. Give me the Spike Shield. I only enter tournament with Spike Shield. Just shut up, Trey. I'm better now. But yeah, I mean, if you're just going to make a more of a basic deck, the Warrior deck isn't bad. You can come up with some decent stuff for Warrior. And again, there's a lot of support cards for Warrior. I mean, even if you don't go straight support for Warrior, you've got cards like Axe of Despair, you just want to put up your monster. And then you've got some other stuff like Chalice. There's plenty of stuff. But I have been streaming for 3 hours and 36 minutes. Oh, look at that. It's already reset time, too. Oh, man. I've been streaming too long. But I'm going to go get my 1-pack, and then I think we'll call it a day. What do you think? Am I going to get one of these? If I do, I'm probably going to end up with the Trap Tricks. But I don't know. I might get something. Let's see. 1 whole pack. Here we go. Nothing. So 13 packs left, and I still have 3. Ugh. Crap. Well, I'm gonna go, man, because I'm hungry, and I've streamed way too long. Y'all can't complain now. There you go. You've got an almost 4-hour Duel Links show, where we talked about other stuff, too. But like I said, I got family coming in. So tomorrow I will probably be unavailable. Monday I should be available. And then Tuesday I've got more family coming in, so I gotta figure out what's going on there. Lachi will be the last pack you pull. I'm telling you, dude, the last 3 packs are gonna have the last 3 cards. It's just gonna... it's the way it is, man. Anyways, I'm gonna order some food, and I will talk to you guys later. Make sure y'all go to the forums, even though you'll never do. Forums. You want to go to the forums. Go there. Bring you back some food. No! I don't go out for food. I order in, dude. I don't own a car. Seriously, I do not own a car. I used to own a car, but now I don't. Anyway, I will see you all next time. And I've got some video footage. Maybe I'll throw it together and call it a video and upload it for real. Until then, guys, stay spicy. And Dre, I'm serious. If you don't enter that tournament and play like Cyberdark, I know you have all the Cyberdark cards. I know it. I know you do. Play Cyberdarks. I bet you'll get at least to the semis. As long as you don't screw up. Anyways, I'll see you all later.